Do you like basketball? I like, but I'm not good at. Yes, I'm not.
Me too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the State of the League podcast, the only NBA podcast where two white boys are brave enough to break down the new Kendrick Lamar album. We're the only people doing it, you know? We have a lot of staunch thoughts about black culture that we cannot be moved on and we know for sure are objectively correct. I'm your host, Jack, aka Jokic Joestar. With me, as always, the world famous Pablo Escobar. Pablo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's always a great day when Kendrick Lamar drops, and I've only listened to the first few tracks, but it's already pretty clear he outstreeted Drake.
Oh my god, I heard Drake was in the hood offering Bitcoin for info, but Kendrick doesn't keep any snakes in the grass around him, so he keeps his circle pretty airtight. That's what you like. That's why Kenny's the GOAT. That's why Drake's up there in Canada right now. Wagwan Delilah, all that stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Who do you think Dalton Knecht likes Kendrick Lamar? I was torn between him.
No,
You don't think so?
I think no young NBA players like Kendrick Lamar. I think they're all into like Playboy Cardi and those types of guys. I think people like genuinely. I was shocked to find this out when this happened. On when like the beef happened on Twitter in the summer, and they would still ask NBA players after that, and they'd be like, "Well, I'm a Drake guy, come on," and it's crazy. I think people do like younger people somehow think Kendrick is boring.
I understand. Um, it's a really tough brand of white guy that co-opted a lot of like when Damn came out. Oh my god, there was a kind of white guy that like ruined your fucking life if you even tangentially knew him.
Oh, even before that, there were so many white millennial guys out there who were like, my top albums of all time, probably Tame Impala, Vampire Weekend, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Alanis Morissette. It's like, okay.
I remember when Good Kid, Mad City dropped. There was this kid I knew in high school. He had huge subs in his car, huge subwoofers, and he had it's Mad City is the song that's like yeah. And he had that whole thing memorized within 14 hours of the album dropping, and I like rode home
Well,
with him.
that's kind of cool.
I rode home with him that day, and I was like, dude, it's a good song. It's a great song, great album. We're in the middle of Nebraska right now, bro. I don't know.
I've got a take for you.
What?
No song sounds good when it's coming out of when the car is shaking, and I have to. I'm never gonna enjoy a song.
If like
not even Olivia Rodrigo.
if the speakers are if there's too much bass, I can't do it, and that's
I'm having a bad time.
It's one of the widest things about me. I feel like it's just like it's I don't like spicy food that much, and if the music's too bassy, I'm gonna be a fucking whiny little bitch about it.
I had a friend in middle school who. No, I shouldn't tell that story. Move on.
He didn't have a friend in middle school. Everybody, he fucking made it up. Yeah. Shout out to the new Kendrick album. Everyone go listen to it. But we don't have any more thoughts on any topics like that. New Claro, hit us up. New Olivia Rodrigo, we'll offer in-depth commentary about shit like that. But
not a huge Claro guy. No Claro shade though.
It's Claro shade, everybody. He's trying to
No.
You know what? Fine. It's fine. Everything, any kind of shit you say that pisses me off, I got something for you at the end of the episode. So once we work our way down to the bottom of the Western Conference, you'll see. You'll see, buddy. You'll see.
Drake's just not in tune with gang culture like Kendrick Lamar is.
Well, the streets don't love Drake. That's the thing. It's like that's kind of like the entire thesis of the song Not Like Us is that Drake is out of touch with the culture and everybody just kind of uses him to generate wealth for themselves, exploiting him. Well,
So what you guys need to understand is there's actually different levels to blackness, and it coincides with the no.
Oh man, there's people recording that podcast right now though, out there somewhere. That's crazy to think about. Not shout out to those guys. But shout
I don't know. Let's hear them out.
Hey,
Well, it's going to sound really good to me. No.
all right, let me get my fucking notes app open. Son of a bitch. Timestamps. Because at 5:37 we're talking about who's the number 1 seed right now. I'm just realizing I set this up before a lot of the games were played last night, so these standings might not be like perfect. Golden State still the number 1 seed, right?
I only write down the standings of the last 4 games, so I'll pull it up
Okay.
right
Pull
now.
up the standings for the whole season.
Okay, the Golden State Warriors are 11-3. They are the 2nd seed behind the OKC Thunder.
Okay, we could do Thunder then.
Or wait, are they? Well, they're. Well, I have the net rating page pulled up. Let me
It's a
pull up the
list.
standings
It's
page.
a list. It's top to bottom.
Well, OKC's above, but they're 12-4, and the Warriors are 11-3.
I
All
mean,
right, yeah, Warriors are 1 seed because
okay.
they have a .786 winning percentage versus OKC's 7.75.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I was really worried about that.
It's okay. I handled it.
Thanks. Squash that. All right. Warriors 3-1 this week. They beat the Hawks, the Grizzlies, the Mavs, and then they lost to the Los Angeles Clippers. Big news coming out of Golden State is that DeAnthony Melton is having season-ending ACL surgery, which sucks. I mean, it's weird. He only played 6 games for them, but he was contributing pretty well in his minutes on the floor. I felt like he was a good defender. He had a couple big games right before he got hurt, like 15, 20-point performances. They're pretty deep with like capable 3-point shooters, so I'm not gonna act like him shooting, what was he on catch and shoot 3-point attempts. He was second on the team. He was shooting 40% on 4.2 attempts. That's good. It sucks to lose somebody like that, but you obviously have Steph, you have Buddy Hield, and then a number of other guys like Draymond is shooting 45% from 3 right now. I think Wiggins is back up to respectable numbers, so it's not like a crushing blow, but the first thing I thought of when this happened was it makes me a little more worried about Podziemski's offense. Just like him being a complete zero on that end of the floor so far this year, it leaves less room for that to be okay. Because it's not like he's bad, but it would be great if you could get like something out of him offensively.
Yeah, if any team in the NBA was going to lose someone, it's the Warriors because they currently are doing historic stuff in terms of how deep their rotation is going. They were playing 13 guys, like consistent. Well, it's very unique because they were playing 13 different guys, and they were when they do play, they play real minutes. But not everyone plays every single game, and so Howard Beck from The Ringer, the great Howard Beck, he actually wrote a great article about this. And so right now with DeAnthony Melton's injury, they have a 12-man rotation, which is deeper than most teams go. Kevin
That's
Garnett
almost
was once
double the Nuggets rotation right now.
Oh my God. Kevin Garnett was once on Bill Simmons' podcast. He's like, you need 9 guys. And then Bill Simmons was like, yeah, maybe sometimes like 10 or 11. He's like, no, 9 guys. It was so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a 12-man rotation. So this is from Howard Beck's article on The Ringer. Check it out. Through 14 games, the Warriors have 13 players averaging at least 11 minutes per game. Curry is averaging 29 minutes a game, down to Gary Payton, who's averaging 11. If that holds for the entire season, it would be a historic feat. Per StatHead, only 4 teams have had at least 11 players average 10 or more minutes per game. Minimum 65 games played. But yeah, even with Melton, they still have 12. Until 2005, NBA teams could only carry 12 players plus an injured reserve list, whereas today they can carry up to 15. And so teams are permitted to use all 15 players in a game now, a wrinkle that was a rule that was put in 2021. So Steve Kerr has more latitude to expand and tinker than most of his predecessors did.
Caveman, idiot Steve Kerr. He's a bad coach, everybody. He's a bad coach.
We can play shorter stints, Steve Kerr said. We can play harder within those stints. Our number one objective coming into this year was to get our defense back in the top echelon, and it seemed like a good way to pursue that by really playing a lot of people and playing harder for shorter minutes. And their bench output, 55 points per game, leads the league by a considerable margin. I didn't pull up to see who's in second place in that, but I trust Howard. One other minor caveat to Kerr's 13-man experiment: not every player has appeared in every game, but most of them are playing most nights. The game-to-game variance is part of the challenge, and so my big takeaway with that is, I think Steve Kerr might be ahead of the game again. I think this might be a new meta because just the philosophy makes sense. We've talked about before, like when you get into the upper echelon of minutes, like Luka right now, we're like, is it actually possible to play both sides of the ball, or is it just you can only play one? And that goes for everyone getting injured and beat Kawhi. And so then if you dial that down, how much better can guys be in shorter spurts when they can go all out? And it gives them more opportunity if more guys are being subbed out. Like maybe you can play a bigger role if someone more important to the team is like out of the game. And I think it's just, yeah, I think the NBA is at a point. We're at a very unique point where there's more NBA talent out there than there are roster spots in the NBA. There's more good players than there ever have been before, and this isn't something that's going to last. And because of expansion, they're going to come in and it's going to like water down all the teams. But right now, there's like you can get a guy with an elite skill like off the street. Like they got Lindy Waters, who's a great shooter, right? What is he shooting this year from three?
I don't know. Give me a sec. I pulled up the second closest bench is Memphis with 47 points. That's what I pulled up. But if you give me a second on Lindy Waters, I can get that too.
But yeah, there's just guys out there like Javonte Green off the street in New Orleans is an incredible defensive player. Gary Payton's an incredible defensive player. You can get guys who really excel at one thing.
I think Justin Holiday is still a free agent, and like he's good. Like he's not like out of the league bad.
He could definitely play for the Nuggets. Wait, he was on the Nuggets last year, right?
Like,
and he was okay.
He was good. He was good. Hey, who needs him? Who needs him? We have Trey Alexander, baby. Yeah, no. Lindy Waters is shooting 42%, 3 attempts a game. So I mean, it's not crazy, but yeah, it definitely feels like him. When you describe like shorter stints, it almost reminds me of hockey a little bit, and that's how like with that in mind, when you watch like him and Gary Payton and Podziemski like rotate through, especially because Draymond like is out there more. It's not like he's like throwing himself into the stanchion every 2 plays anymore. Like he's kind of biding his time and his energy, but he's still like doing a lot of high level defensive shit. Whereas the guards, it really does feel like those three. Kerr is like, go out there, a screen can't fucking work on you for 8 minutes, and then I'll pull you out and you can get some rest. And yeah, that definitely feels like an advantage because the other teams, you don't have as many people. Like you don't have a ton of guys who can like run a pick and roll or who can use like a screen as a ball handler and stuff and get downhill, do like offensive star level shit. So over the course of the game, Anthony Edwards or whoever the opponent's offensive star is just getting gradually worn down because it's the middle of the third quarter and Podziemski's still fresh because they've just been like rotating him through the entire time. So yeah, that's smart by Kerr. I don't hate that at all. It's more of like, do you have the personnel to do that? Like for example, the Nuggets can't do that. They don't have a bench that deep. But if you look at like healthy Memphis, maybe they could do something like that. It's definitely a cool approach.
And some guys, like, I think the leash is a big part of it. Because there's a lot of guys, like, for example, Sam Merrill for the Cavs. Sam Merrill for the Cavs is purely a shooter, like purely a movement shooter. But in college, he was running pick and rolls, and he could make insane reads out of the pick and rolls and throw like skip passes and stuff like that. But it's something that's never really been allowed for him to do in the NBA. They've never given him that leash because there's always Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland or somebody else out there, Karis LeVert, like established guy out there. When you play in these little spurts, if you just gave people to do more leeway of what they did in college, like for example, like maybe like Bryce Sunspot down in Utah, if you just gave people more opportunity to do what they've shown they can do in college, I think you could do crazy stuff. And so another person proving this like philosophy is the Delano Banton down in the Trailblazers. We'll talk about him more later, but like the metrics are crazy. The dude only plays in like the second half and like the end of games kind of, but he just comes in playing 1,000 miles an hour, and now he's like he's super impactful offensively and defensively. And so I think we do have to get to a point where it's kind of like baseball, like with all your pitching options, and you bring in guys who it's like baseball. If you could sub in the pitchers and bring them back in and out, how sick would that be? So I think Kerr is really tapped into something that could be a massive advantage, and I think there's probably, if I really like looked into it, I bet there's tons of free agents right now who have really high level skills that could make an impact on the defensive end. And then like even the ones who are really bad defensive players, who like you would question their viability of surviving in the playoffs.
Buddy Hield, for example.
Yeah, if they're only out there for like these short stints, they could play like harder on defense, and that makes up for some of it. And so I think Steve Kerr, basketball genius. Oh, Manu Ginobili. That was kind of like the theory with his entire career. It's like we could have this guy, like literally, if Ginobili wanted to lead a team and be like the focal point offensive engine, he could have put up huge numbers and probably still really good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone says he would have died. Like his body would have exploded the way he played. And so instead he was just like brought off the bench, and yeah, he was incredible. So Steve Kerr, shout out.
Yeah. I don't really have that much more on the Warriors. I mean, I have a lot of shit about how, like, especially recently, and especially compared to last year, Podziemski's offense has been and the metrics still like him because he is good defensively, and he is a pretty viable passer still, especially for who's like last year offensively. I liked him as a ball handler. I liked him as a scorer. I thought he was like good and crafty, and he did a lot of funky stuff. This year none of that has been there, but the passing has remained. Like, he's still been able to exist out there offensively because he is such a capable passer. So in the last 5, just as a scorer, Podziemski is 5 of 20 from the field, averaging 4 points per game on 39% true shooting. And this is with it almost entirely boils down to the 3-pointer just abandoning him because he's driving more. He's more efficient on his drives. He's averaging slightly more points off of his drives. But last year he was 36% on catch and shoot threes. This year he's been 19%. And then I guess also in the restricted area, maybe I'm tweaking about that more efficient drive shit because he is 54% in the restricted area so far this year compared to 67% last year.
Ooh.
And so they are still plus 70 with him on the floor. So like he's doing stuff, and it's not the end of the world. That's like where you have breathing room because the Buddy Hield experiment has worked, because Andrew Wiggins' offense has rebounded and he's looked really solid as of late. It's just like, Gary Payton is already not really an offensive threat. Lindy Waters, he is a shooter, but as far as like on ball creation if you were to lose even more depth, which it's not like D'Anthony Melton was doing a ton of that either now that I'm talking through it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like one place where I look to, and I wish it was better because I thought he added like a really funky layer to Golden State's team last year that it's still been good. It's just not what it was last season.
Yeah, I have faith that it'll rebound, and even if the scoring comes and goes, yeah, he's still gonna be drawing charges. He can still throw passes. He can still play defense. So I'm still pods pilled.
Pods pilled. All right, cool. Let me timestamp this bitch. They are a fun team though. I'll tell you what. All right, 20, 40. The Thunder, a lowly second seed. What losers? Oh my god.
Ugh.
Ugh, disgusting. 2-2. They went 2-2 this week. They beat the Suns, they beat the Blazers, they lost to the Mavs, and they lost to the Spurs. Isaiah Hartenstein, he Hartenshined in his season debut. Just a little joke for you guys.
Whoa.
Yeah. What do you think about OKC?
Guys, please subscribe to the Patreon if you want more epic jokes like that.
If you want more comedy, more puns, we also do a workshop on there where we walk you through how to make your own basketball jokes and stuff like that. It's pretty epic.
And you'll get access to our definitive list of which rappers are the most street.
Shout out to what's a rapper? Shout out to Key Glock.
Shout out to Eminem, number 1.
Shout out to
Harden.
Easy, number 1, baby.
He lifts the whole bay with his biceps. So yeah, Hartenstein 13, 14, 3, 4 blocks in his debut. So that was epic. Yeah, so hopefully microball is over. They kind of got beat up on the boards against Dallas. But
Bassey was kicking their ass in the Spurs game.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. They didn't even Wemby wasn't even there. Devin Vassell wasn't even there.
They don't need him.
They got Charles Bassey. What you gonna do with all that bass?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the microball lineups. I think it's good to know.
Ooh. Whoa!
I got mucus in my throat.
Whoa! Ew.
It's okay. It's natural. Okay.
You got
what are you?
You got the boogers from the Mucinex commercials. They're throwing a party in your throat right now. They're all dancing. The music's really loud. You need some Mucinex to quiet it.
Yeah, there's a lot of life in there. That's a family enjoying themselves in there. But you would like that to be what? You'd like me to snot them out onto the ground and they die.
Get it out of here.
Yep, that's the kind of guy you are.
I'm anti-family values. I'm the leftist on today's pod, everybody.
Yep, that's why you've never won a presidential election.
Whoa, whoa. We could do an election in the Discord later. I bet I win. Because I've put a message in there before. And yeah, loser.
What? Go check the logs. There's a few messages from about 4:03 a.m. saying stuff like, God, Alex Starr is cool. God.
Star's doing a lot of cool stuff, guys. Yeah, I did I made a TikTok where I was like everyone who is in the MVP discussion last year is just like goofing around right now except for Jokic, and it's making the conversation feel really weird. And in that I was like it's not good for Shea's MVP campaign that the Thunder lost to the Spurs without Wemby or Vassell or Jeremy Sohan. I got in so much trouble for that. I was shocked. He has shooters, dude. Because Shea did play well. He had 32 points and he was pretty clutch in that game. He got, Chris Paul hit a couple big shots. The Spurs get the win. But yeah, I was shocked by like half those comments. Just like, I thought you watched ball, man. How is that not a good game for him? But yeah,
you were rings culture. You said it doesn't matter. He didn't beat him.
He didn't beat him. Got to get the dub, man. Well, I'm just saying, like, Jokic has already won fucking 3 of those games for Denver, pretty much this season. Whatever. Let me chill.
The real question is, will anyone remember any of those, the Jokic ones or the Shea? If you do this in March, then yes. not right now.
Averages 37 a game. For like 8 games in February, that's all that'll matter to people.
Well, actually, February, because were the Cavs in February? Was Donovan Mitchell good in February?
I feel like the Cavs were in like January, maybe a little into February, but I don't think that's where the bulk of the run really came. I think that's when like Mobley and Garland came back.
When were the Clippers really good? Was that February or was that the
No,
same
I think the
time as
Clippers
the
were
Cavs?
Clippers were before the Cavs run because the Clippers traded for Harden. They were dog shit for like 3 games, and then they went on that huge run. And so,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the Harden trade happened pretty early in the season last year.
That guy was like, James Harden's a fat loser. He sucks. It's all his fault. I hate him. And everyone's like, speak your truth, King. We
Master
all love
class.
this.
Oh
And then,
my god.
and then Harden did so good for a while. And that guy was like, oh, we're playing the Clippers. I got to take the day off.
Sick. I don't feel so good. Yeah. Okay. So back to the Thunder. James Harden, more like Isaiah Hardenstein. It
Oh,
was really good. So what stood out to me in this game, the Jalen Williams Hartenstein pick and roll is gonna move mountains. Oh my god. It's gonna feed families. It's gonna hey, it'll save your life. I had this whole bit.
oh, we're over already.
No,
All
no,
right.
I had this bit
Bye. Pau Gasol taking.
where I was gonna bake in quotes to start player edits with into
Oh,
all my thing. The way you were like, Will Hardy, he's a super freak, and then like super freak would start playing, and it would be a Bryce Sensabaugh edit. I was gonna do that with all of these, but that's the only one I ended up doing was it'll save your life. But yeah. So they opened the fourth quarter just spamming the J Dub Hartenstein pick and roll. They ran it like 6 straight possessions. J Dub got like 4 straight assists out of it, and I mean, part of you
so manufactured around no assist, but cool.
no, they were varied. There was some
I don't know.
difficulty in terms of the passes. It's not all just like him fucking running to the rim and throwing it out. He had one where the Blazers Tumani Kamara was all in his face and he hit like a left-handed wraparound pass to get it to Hartenstein.
Rondo could never.
Oh my god, dude. Well, people wouldn't be guarding Rondo out at the 3-point line, so that's all you really have to do. But yeah, so it was just a very productive action that really helped J Dub. Like him, Hartenstein and Shea, I'm sure it will be good, but J Dub and Hartenstein, it's just like a very interesting dynamic where Dub is already this like really overwhelming force once you get him downhill. Like if you give him a good screen at the elbow, it's really hard to stop him from getting a layup. Hartenstein can give him that good screen pretty much every single time. And then if you overhelp on J Dub going downhill, Hartenstein, he did hit one of those classic like 10, 12-foot floaters that he was doing for the entirety of the playoffs last year because there was 3 defenders trying to stop Jalen Williams at the rim. And if you overreact to both of those guys, they have surrounded like everyone else on this team is a 40% three-point shooter. There was a really cool one where they freaked the fuck out because Hartenstein was open after he had scored twice, and it just gets kicked directly out to AJ Mitchell for a 3-pointer. And so in a game where that game, not a particularly strong Shea Gilgeous-Alexander performance. Maybe there was like a defender in that game for Portland that did a really good job defending him or something. That's not for me or you to say at this point in the episode. All I can say is that in the gap left by Shea's dominant offense, Hartenstein and J Dub's instant synergy, it really helped the Thunder win this game.
Yeah, Jalen Williams, he got off to a little bit of a rough start this year, but in November, he's 23, 7, and 5 on 65% true shooting, 44% from three, 55% from the field. Jesus.
Is that good? is he
That's
is he good yet, guys?
that's pretty good. Better than Paulo? No, I'm not gonna.
Hey, not too
but
not too much. I don't know.
but he's been incredible defensively as well. Like the only reason a big reason why they were able to survive with the micro ball was because of him. He was playing out of his mind. And oh, I didn't finish my thought. So the micro ball, I think it's great to have that in the bag. come playoff time. It's just more versatility. Another thing you can throw out at people to make life hard on them, because not a lot of teams, the right teams, won't be able to match that really.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, other than that, J Dub and Shea are 5th and 6th in stocks in the NBA. Wow, it's like it called us Ball Street.
What's that
You know,
list at
like,
right now? Like, what do you need to be at to be on that list?
I didn't write down the specific
God
numbers.
fucking damn it. Well, what are they at?
I didn't write down their specific
You
numbers. I
didn't?
just wrote
Okay.
down that they're 5th and 6th.
Let me click.
Um,
Let me click on OKC's roster because it was Chet last year. It was like the stocks god, and so Shea is at 2.9. Jalen Williams is at 3.2. Chet is at hey 3.2 3.4 actually. So yeah, all three of them stocks maniacs.
they're going crazy. The one issue though, Kaysen Wallace, AJ Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, and Aaron Wiggins, they have combined for 2 drawn fouls on 212 drives this year. What's up with that?
It's ethical. It's called being ethical. When you have an ethical leader like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's an ethical hooper, he doesn't flail around throwing his body all over the place trying to get fouls. He just quietly sits there and he lets Tumani Kamara fucking clamp his ass up. When you have a leader like that, then the rest of your role players, they're not like, oh, I have to get to the free throw line right now. They're like, I have to make something happen. I have to pull myself up by my bootstraps and like work for this bucket. I don't want to be bailed out by the state like the banks.
Ah,
Yeah. God. I definitely know how the economy works, everybody. I know a lot. I know a lot about math and money. I'm pretty much like Christian Bale in The Big Short. I listen to loud music and I drum and I predict the housing crisis. We have two lobbyist requests for the Thunder.
oh,
Let me get to those real quick. Brandon Crockett says, "What will the league do once my Thunder have Nikola Topic back on the court?" Ask me in 2026, man. I have no idea.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to wait a whole year, buddy. So we'll see. We'll see.
I don't even know. It feels if they don't win the championship this year, do they run it back straight up, or do you think they're still like active, looking to improve the roster? Because if they are,
It'll depend entirely on the vibes.
yeah, it's a vibes thing, I guess. But if they are, Topic is a valuable piece. So, and Ash F says also, please stop suggesting trades for the Thunder. This is terrorism. We already lost Trey Mann. Sorry, I just suggested a trade for the Thunder. I'm a terrorist, I guess. God, triggered. You're woke and you're mad because I'm providing tangible, real solutions to the problems that you guys are facing. You just don't like to hear it. That's what's wrong with America right now. Everybody needs everything sugar coated for them. Every time someone presents a solution, it has to be all rainbows and sunshine the entire time. No, life is hard. The world is harsh. You have to face some of these realities sometimes. You might have to make a trade. You might lose Trey Man. Oh my God, my 40% field goal percentage Allen Iverson clone. Oh no. Wake up. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Trey.
they really, with Topic, they'll have I've seen people say they need a third ball handler. So if everything works out with Topic, he probably has to shoot though. So hopefully he's in the gym in a wheelchair, just getting shots up, just getting form shots up. Because I think he's gonna have to shoot because he's not gonna be a good defensive player probably.
Oh,
What
big.
he does what he does bring is ball handling, rim penetration, and passing. So,
I know a guy. I know a guy that sounds like how tall.
huh,
How tall is Topic?
it's about like 6'5".
Oh, okay. Well, this guy's taller, so he's probably better.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he was super fast. He was a good passer. The rim finishing, it's a little tough, but I'm sure I haven't looked in this year. I haven't dove into that, but I'm sure it's ironed itself out a little bit.
Someone, hey, thank you. If it's a listener to the show, thank you. Someone swung back on that guy on my YouTube video who after the two good Josh Giddey games, he said, "You're wrong about everything. You're an idiot." And some guy swung back a few days. He's like, "This comment has already aged poorly. You're already wrong."
Oh man. All right. I mean, do you have any other Thunder thoughts?
No,
No, I don't have any thoughts at all. I write a bunch of stuff down before the podcast and then I read it back and that's it. That's all I do anymore, you know?
AI could do that.
Hey, I'd like to see you try, buddy.
A parrot could do that.
Oh,
They live
oh.
for 70 to 80 years. How many years
I
you
thought
got?
you meant like, hey, I could do that.
No.
I was like, you kind of do that, dude. That's like, I can't imagine you're freestyling all of this. All right. Hey, the third seed. They might not be the third seed anymore because of their losers who lost to Mein Gott last night. The
Ew.
Lakers. What'd you say?
I said ill. You said mein Gott.
Okay. What about what do you mean ew?
I mean, it was just It was like you were affiliating like Nazi paraphernalia, like Nazi nationalism with LeBron and nationalism.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
that's actually what I said ill about.
Wow. Wow. Jeez. That's a pretty hefty accusation, I guess.
Why my vitamin water?
Oh my God. LeBron keeps getting all these rebounds. Yeah.
That is so gross. If we had a German face of the league,
Oh,
shout out to the German in here. I'm sorry.
hey, shout out to the German. Shout out to Germany as a country looks cool. I'm not sure.
You would like Germany because you're fall pilled. You like when it's dark and cold and rainy. That's
Yeah,
Germany.
sorry, I'm based like that. God damn, dude. So the Lakers, 3-1 this week. They beat the Jazz, the Pelicans, the Spurs, and then they lost to the Magic last night. The loss to the Magic ends what was a 6-game win streak that was definitely really real. It was not, the team equivalent of like Jalen Green's March last season or anything. It was a real win streak that matters for sure. AD and LeBron, they cooked in the Magic game. I'm not going to lie. LeBron went for 31, 10, and 7 on 65% true shooting. Anthony Davis went for 39 and 9 on 70% true shooting. AD did miss back-to-back free throws, though, to leave the door open
Oh,
for what would eventually be a Franz Wagner game-winning 30-footer. It was a good game. It was exciting. And to be honest, them giving this Magic defense like 120 points damn near, that moves me more than them like beating the Pelicans a couple weeks ago or whatever. I said that on Twitter. I was like, this loss matters more to me than like a couple of their wins over the past few weeks. But overall, a loss is a loss. It's still a little tough. You would have liked to pull that one out. How do you feel about the Lakers?
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay. It's definitely. I saw some people who are still concerned about the depth because they feel like LeBron and AD were the only guys who could like get to the rim against the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's just a tough task for anyone. I don't know how many role players are really doing that. But yeah, the Dalton Connect explosion is finally here, and it's going exactly as planned. Who did I? Oh, I was in the Jazz subreddit, and there was a guy complaining about taking about how they took Cody Williams over Dalton Connect. I'm like, what would you be using Dalton Connect for, buddy? What do you? That's like you don't need Dalton Connect. He's older. He's ready to contribute now,
He's
and this
polished.
is what this team needed now. So yeah, he had 27 versus New Orleans. New Orleans. He had 37 versus Utah. He actually got a 7-point boost in 2K. He's an 80 overall now. So yeah, his movement shooting has been really huge for them. I think every team should have at least one movement shooter like that who you're just running around crazy because it's such a passive boost. Um, but yeah, other than that, they've been playing on the bright yellow court.
Ugly.
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 I saw one person turn the color off on their TV to watch the game.
Oh, I turned the color off on
Um,
my TV and it turned into a silent movie. So, like, it would
mm,
LeBron would hit a clutch three, and then the voice card would pull up onto the screen in like grainy film, and it would be like Mike bang bang, and I was like, damn, this is a good movie. But then a train came and it was really scary at the end.
oh
So
shoot!
I was just like, is that real? But yeah, turns out I got fooled. Overall though,
After the loss, JJ said he was going to a dark place. Did you see that?
I didn't. He's
He
such a
just meant he. Well, no, he said I'm going to a dark place. My basement. My basement is pretty dark. He like clarified.
oh my god.
He literally he meant his basement.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I don't think this is like a panic loss. I think it sucks. Um and it's not like the Magic without Paolo, it's not like they're a juggernaut. The same things I was saying about the Lakers win streak, I kind of feel the same way about like the win streak that the Magic went on before they lost to the Clippers. The only difference being is that the Magic, they didn't have Paolo, so I was like, this might get dicey if Franz is not like at least serviceable in the number one option role, and he has been really good. Overall, though, like going back to what you said about maybe the lack of depth, I do agree that like asking role players to like cook against the Magic, it's not ideal. But when I compare this roster to like what we just talked about in terms of the Warriors and them like throwing guys out there to play hard as shit in shifts, it feels like they don't have that at all, and it is entirely supplemented by like LeBron trying hard in the biggest moments of the game. Like in this Magic game last night, in the final 4 minutes or whatever, like he was out rebounding the entire Magic team. He was going to the rim whenever he wanted. It was truly like a really good LeBron game. And just everyone else. Jason Timpf from Basketball Tonight or whatever it is, he's harped really hard on their just like lack of athleticism on the perimeter all season long. And it did shine through in this game. Like Austin Reeves is not athletic. He couldn't get a lot of stuff going. D'Angelo Russell, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht is not a particularly good athlete, even though he's been playing really well. So yeah, it's just it feels like they are in a good spot. They're a very talented offense, but as far as like, I don't know, winning 2 playoff series, I do still have some questions about this roster. However, compared to where they were entering the season, where I was like, they're the 7 seed, I have no idea what to make of them. They have definitely improved in standing from that point.
JJ said he is going to put Rui back in the starting lineup when he gets back. So Dalton Connect back to the bench, buddy. But yeah, he's day to day with ankle, so that'll inject some more athleticism. But the what's it called? Yeah, overall they're still a pretty good team.
Yeah. Oh, I also wrote down all of their actual athletes go back to the thing I was complaining about all of last season, where it's like nobody can play 2 ways. And it's like Cam Reddish is a good athlete, but he can't, he's terrible offensively. Jared Vanderbilt is a good athlete.
Yeah.
He's terrible offensively. Hachimura is like the only guy on the team that I feel, and LeBron and AD, obviously. So yeah, Hachimura
They,
would
they
be,
need to trade for like someone crazy athletic.
and a good shooter also.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone like that?
Yeah, actually, so on the Chicago Bulls, Zach Levine is there. It's a big contract, but I mean, I think he would inject a lot of life into this team.
Yeah, all it would take is all 4 of your actual role players, and then you could get.
All 4 of your non-athletic guys.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god! So if you think about this, you know who else is a good athlete? Bronny.
Oh,
Yeah. So you sell
wow.
everyone. You get Levine in there, and then you get Bronny, AD, Levine, and JJ Redick, player coach.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I'm thinking championship. We do have one lobbyist request here. Sharks.
Oh, we got a Laker here.
Yeah, we were saying that the other day, how there was like no Lakers in there. So this one, I guess they like the Lakers. You know, to each their own. I guess. I'm not. You know, I think you should be allowed to do whatever you want. Just don't be all in my face about being a Lakers fan. Just don't shove it down my throat. Okay, like it's fine if you want to do that, but it's just like I don't want my kids seeing that you're a Lakers fan. You know.
I saw a screenshot the other day of someone who's polyphobic. They said, I don't care who you love as long as there's one of them.
Oh man, that was an annoying. There was like a TikTok hole I went where you just keep clicking the videos that someone has stitched. And I got all the way to the bottom, and it was just this guy being like, "I hate poly people. I hate poly people. I hate poly." And I was like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say all poly people are bad. I'm just gonna say the ones I have interacted with in real life. It's not been great. They have been. I don't know. I'm not.
I've never met a poly person, I think.
One of them.
If you have met a poly person, you're living a certain lifestyle. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I already said I'm the lefty on this pod, so so I lived a lifestyle. I went down to my local fucking coffee house.
Axe throwing shop.
Yeah, coffee house, axe throwing shop combo, a micro brewery, and yeah, there was a poly person there.
And complimentary pretzels.
Yeah, and and I said, I'd like to just have my normal hair, please. And then they made me spray paint my hair blue to get in.
Whoa!
That's why.
It's a no police allowed in there.
Yeah, it's an autonomous zone. All right. Charlotte says, "Hey everybody," or "Hey every pony." Oh damn, they're woke.
Oh,
Is Gabe Vincent the worst rotation guard in the league? He's
oh,
had multiple Tony Snell games this season and is averaging 2 points, 1 rebound, and half an assist on 28, 19, 15 splits in 18 minutes a night. Should the Miami Heat be investigated by the FTC for scamming teams? Many things to think about. Not that many. He's not good. That's all you got to think about, in my opinion.
the Miami Heat will not be investigated. Mickey Arison under the Trump administration, we're gonna make more money than ever before. So it's gonna be pretty epic for us. Yeah, I he has been playing poorly, but I saw him clap back at a fan online. I saw the screenshot. I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok or what, but he said, and you're a loser talking behind a screen. At least I'm on a team or something like that. So I won't say anything because he's if those comments were to be directed at me, theoretically they might be kind of valid. So
Oh, you're a loser talking behind a screen, buddy.
oh,
Buddy, tell that to my Discord, okay? Oh, you're a loser. You don't.
I don't know if that disproves anything.
Try telling that to my Discord community, pal. I think they'd all have something to say about that. Okay. The Lakers. We're done with them. I don't care.
Get up right.
Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Fill up the lakes with those water retention balls.
Oh,
those?
the ones they look like the ones that were like shot at Mr. Incredible. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I was going to describe them if you didn't know what they were. Fill up the Lakers with those and get them out of my face. What are we looking at? The Rockets? Okay. 3 in 1 week. They beat the Pacers, the Bulls, and the Clippers, and then they lost to the Bucks, even though they generated a wide open layup on the game-winning out-of-bounds play. What do you think about the Rockets right now?
I'll tell you what. I don't have too many new thoughts. But I do have a new YouTube video that I posted about Tari Eason and Amen Thompson. So guys, turn this garbage off. Head on over to Hot Tunes TV China NBA on YouTube.com and check out my video. Let's see what we're at. I posted it last night. Do you think we've broken 400 views?
Yes.
411, baby. Woo!
That's like that band, 311. You know that band?
I'm not familiar.
Oh,
I know the Jonas Brothers.
I saw that Joe Jonas was at the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
I wonder which side he was on.
Probably Jake Paul. He's probably a loser like that.
Yeah, probably. He's probably a Trump guy now.
Oh yeah.
He's that.
Carlos from Big Time Rush is a Trump guy.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
sad.
so Kevin used to be the only openly Trump Jonas brother, but I would bet the other two have joined him now.
That's so funny. The guy who was like the dumbass on the show was the only openly Trump supporter.
It's uh I did a video for Kicks. I think it didn't do that well. But they wanted me to do one about the Trump dance. So like I basically I found out everyone who's done the Trump dance, like it's been UFC players, NFL players, a women's golfer, and then Christian Pulisic, the soccer player. They've all had like severe head injuries.
Cool, nice.
How's that happening in golf? It must have been off the what do they call it? What's it called again? The course.
Green, the course.
Yeah, off the green.
Okay. I'm off the green when I'm talking about the Rock.
Oh,
Um,
are there poly people there?
I mean it's Houston. I'm thinking about Austin. I'm thinking about Joe Rogan's fucking bizarre crypto hellscape that he's created down there, full of like weird taco restaurants and stuff.
I'll tell you what though. I've been getting so many UFC videos and edits on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
He's great for those. He's really good
Oh my god!
for hyping up the mythology of those guys. He's the best.
Yeah. Well, it's just like he's like the problem where it's like you can be too open minded. You can't like if you are stupid, and he has like gone on record being like, I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Being stupid and then being willing to listen to literally anybody, that's dangerous, guys. That's too much.
Like if you believe like you just agree with whoever's in front of you, and then you only bring on bad people. That's the problem.
Yeah. You bring on all of your friends who are like slightly Republican and are connected in show business, and then it's just like this, like you're making a copy of a copy where they connect you to someone who's slightly more conservative and slightly crazier, but it's a good draw. It's fun because like yeah, you bring on Jordan Peterson and it's like oh my god, this is why men's mental health is not good right now. And then
If you wear lipstick, you deserve to get raped in the workplace.
oh my god, Jordan Peterson, no.
Real take by him.
Yeah. And so then Jordan Peterson connects you, and we have all these connections, and then you're tunnel walking with Donald Trump. And anytime any of them tell you like any statistic or anything, you're just like, oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty crazy. But then, I don't know, like fucking who's like the wokest person that's been on Joe Rogan? Do you think?
Well, he has had like leftists, and he's had Bernie, but
Okay.
he just and when they're on, he agrees with them, and and there's like Kyle Kalinske has been on, and other people, and Stav probably has been on, right?
I was gonna say like Stav tells you that like the climate is changing or something. Uh and then that's like the first time in 8 months that he goes, is that true? Hey, let's fact check that. Let's see what that's like. Yeah, like for fucking 12 straight episodes where you have on I don't know, Vince McMahon's wife now or whatever. You just accept absolutely everything at face value, but then the second somebody says something like, uh we should actually be addressing like the root causes of homelessness as opposed to just like
I
making
think he is good on homelessness. I think that is one of. I think he's only so he's really crazy on COVID, trans people, and I forget what else. But those are the two big ones. He was like a big ivermectin guy.
oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Well, someone says ivermectin's not good, and it's like, eh, let's fact check that. Because I know a guy who took the vaccine and his heart fucking exploded, and it's like, dude, yeah, you've been
John Stockton and be like,
you
"There's 1,000 kids are dying every day on fields all across America. I swear to God."
well, I was gonna say more like because obviously that's insane, but with Rogan, anytime Rogan's like, I knew a guy who did something and he fucking died, I would be like, dude, uh, aren't you like friends with people who have been punching each other in the head for 50 years and like taking steroids that entire time as well? I don't know if it was the vaccine. I think there might be some other factors at play that led to that guy's, brain.
Yeah, it's these guys hopped up on steroids that they have the heart of an 80-year-old pushing this 300-pound frame, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not putting that vaccine in my body, buddy. I'm not letting that touch me."
Oh my god. Yeah. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to the real health nuts. I love them. God, we should get in on the grift, dude. State of the league vitamins or something. It'd be so sick. So are we talking the Rockets still? Is that what we're yeah, because we moved to Austin, Texas to talk about Joe Rogan. That's what it was.
Mm.
The only things I wrote down about them, they have been slowly creeping their way up the offensive ranking leaderboard. They were really bad to start the season, but they currently sit at 11th. And over the last 5 games, they are ninth compared to last season's mark of 20th. That's really good. And then Jabari Smith Jr. has bounced back a little bit. 20 plus points in 2 of the last 4 games. He had not done it once prior to the Clippers game, which I think was the first of these 4 games. He's not like a game changing force of nature offensively, but if he could just be good, he's good to have on the team. Like the only reason people were upset was because he was playing absolutely terrible. If he could avoid that level of like bad, I don't think you need to address the him problem before you address like the Jalen Green problem or other stuff.
Yeah, I think a big thing for them is Şengün is bouncing back.
He's
31
goaded.
latest game. God, he's so good. When he's the engine of the offense, things are going well. So
And when he's
once
the
his
anchor of
score
the
gets back to
defense,
fully normal, we're epic. Oh God, he's so good defensively.
oh my!
Oh, they don't even know.
What if Jokic could jump and block shots, guys? It's pretty much what we're working with here. All right, cool.
Cartoons TV China NBA.
57. Stop with your communist propaganda, you son of a bitch. All right.
Dream SMP.
Whoa. Shout out to Minecraft Mondays. I used to watch those. Nuggets.
Who's that by?
It was like a whole thing where like streamers would play like Minecraft survive like they would do like Hunger Games in Minecraft and there would be these like huge
Was it the Dream SMP?
See, I don't know cuz I never really I watched I think it was do you remember Call Me Carson?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
problematic.
yeah.
What did he do? Was he talking to an underage fan or
I
something?
think I think it was like he was like 19 and they were like 17 or something.
They were like I was actually watching a video essay about the last night about the Dream SMP. They were crazy like PC. Like you couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
They had to do so many apologies. I love it.
Damn. Yeah. I remember but so yeah, Call Me Carson was the Minecraft like the survival games Minecraft guy that I watched a lot. Uh but I never watched Dream at all. So like the whole time when Dream did the face reveal, I was like, "What?"
Oh, I was in the countdown waiting. I had never watched his stuff, but I knew about him and I was so excited. I love a good face reveal
Damn.
cuz it's so crazy to do that. like if literally I would have done on TikTok like if I could have I would just never reveal my face and just be a voice. But then it puts too much pressure on you. And like, imagine if I did a face reveal like 2 years into making
Oh my
TikToks.
god.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah. And for him it was tough cuz like he had I guess they like liked him. People thought he sounded cute, right?
Yeah. That was part of the video I was watching yesterday. It was like there was so much fan fiction about him.
Oh my god. Talk about fucking selling the bag, dude. Jeez Louise.
Why would he face reveal, man? It's crazy. His life has only gotten significantly worse. You got to be a crazy person. He must have wanted. He must want the fame.
Do you remember have you ever watched Jay Schlatt on YouTube?
Yeah, I love him.
He's funny, and I just got a clip from him where it was like him like 4 years ago when he was, because he has purposely made himself fat because
Yeah, Twink death.
yeah, he did not like people like calling him cute, but like I got a clip from him like years ago and people were commenting, this is what Dream thought he looked like, and I was like, damn, because he also just put out some Christmas songs, Jay
Yeah.
Schlatt did, and people were like, damn, he also sounds better than Dream's music, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's what the mask is. There's you know Colin and Samir. I think I've told you about them before, right?
Sounds familiar. I might have watched, like, gotten cued one of their videos, but I never like looked them up or anything.
They're the guys who they interview like all the YouTube like all online content creators and they talk about business stuff and yeah they when they had Dream on, it was funny. They are so genuine, the hosts of it. They're like such nice genuine guys that they read out, they were like, so you're into music, and then he read out the lyrics. He's like, that's what the mask is, that's what the point of the, he read out like the main chorus in like a slow dramatic fashion, and Dream was like, he thought he was making fun of him. He's like, yeah, I know, not the greatest lyric. Like, yeah, people say that on Twitter. I'm not the greatest lyricist. I'm a work in progress. And the host, his name is Samir. He's like, well, no, I thought it was really powerful. He was, it was
He
such a
was
good
so
moment.
ready to abandon his work. He was just like, sorry guys. I mean, uh, okay.
You know what's crazy? Last thing on Dream, there was a leaked picture of him that came out like a year, like probably 2 years before he did his face reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And he was really fat in it, and it went like really viral, and it was incredibly mean. Like people that like the same thing. He was supposed to be a hot twink, whatever. And then when he did his face, and he said like, it's not me, that's just some random kid that you're bullying. Then but when he did his face reveal, it's definitely clear that it was him.
Damn,
And so that's got to be horrible.
that's crazy.
But I guess he must have lost a ton of weight. He's like, I'm gonna pop off on these people.
Oh, that would suck to be like, to be fat, to have the entire internet attack you for being fat, being like, this guy, like, I can't believe that I thought this guy was attractive. What a disgusting piece of shit.
He lied to me.
Yeah.
He never told you anything.
Lose all that weight, because in your mind, you're probably like, this is why I'm unattractive. Like, this is what's wrong with me. I'll, like, once I get over this hill, I'll be a better person. I'll be the hot, blah, blah, blah. Do all that, and you take the mask off, and people are like, damn, he's ugly. Oh my God. Like, they don't even care.
Hashtag trending, he's ugly, all caps.
Oh, dude, that's brutal.
Which he did address in that interview, and he said there were like 30,000 of those tweets, but he said he did get way more positive feedback than that. So good for him.
Yeah,
And he's rich anyway.
yeah, he's rich. I always thought he looked regular. I don't know. I didn't think he was like.
Yeah, he definitely looked normal, like just an average guy.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely the potential. Has he done something bad that we'd like?
It's impossible to tell with the Minecraft community because it can be like what you said, a 19-year-old talking to a 17-year-old.
Yeah. I think the problem people had with that was that Carson, the power dynamics were bad. It was like him, like, doing it with, like,
they were a fan.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. All I'm saying, let's move on. All I'm saying is, if Dream did do something bad,
he's definitely got heat for something. And if he's messaging like underage fans or something, if that's proof, I apologize for saying it was bad. It was bad that people were mean to him.
Official stance of the pod. That's bad.
We're not locked in.
All right.
except for the video I watched yesterday about the fan fiction between him and George Not Found.
Okay. Fuck George Not Found. Fuck Dream. Fuck Call Me Carson.
What about
Fuck
Tommy in it?
Tommy in it. Fuck the Denver Nuggets. 2-2 this week. They
Oh,
beat the Grizzlies. They beat the Mavs. They lost to the Pelicans. They lost to the Grizzlies. So they really haven't played that much basketball over the past week. The win over the Mavs is like, think all the way back to that insane heater that Kyrie was on, uh, where he had like 44 points on like 17 of 22 shooting or something, and like they barely survived because Jokic was really good. That's like one of these 4 games, and so all I really wrote down, they finally got a win without Jokic. It's insane how low the bar is for this team when he's not on the floor. Finally got a good Jamal Murray game, 27.6 assists on 63% true shooting. He went 5 of 10 from 3 in their win over the Grizzlies. And Russell Westbrook got his 200th career triple double. And they handed him a 200 piece of paper, like Wilt's 100-point game, you know?
oh,
But someone wrote it, they wrote the 200 on the paper with like a pencil, and so you could not see it at all in the picture. Like it just looked like Russ was holding a blank piece of paper. uh and that was very funny.
yeah. Congratulations to Westbrook. Oh yeah, I'm seeing the picture right now.
Video people, you're welcome.
But yeah, what's it called? I didn't write down anything about the Nuggets because they were my last team, and I was like, I'm going to sleep. Screw these guys. But did you see the story about them? That they wanted to trade up for Luka in 2018.
I did. I don't want
I don't.
He's fat and lazy.
I don't think a package centered around Gary Harris and first round picks. I don't think that was getting you the
Gary
second
Harris
pick in
was
that
the
draft
future.
or whatever.
It's Vlade Divac. Okay, let's think about that. Let's think about the shit that the Kings were doing at the time.
True.
He didn't.
So you guys could have cooked.
Yeah, in his mind, it's not Gary Harrison picks for Luka. It's Gary Harrison picks for Marvin Bagley. So he's like absolutely not. I'm drafting Kevin Garnett. But yeah, it would have been
Who
cool.
did you? Oh, you got MPJ in 2018.
Yes, and so not the end of the world. But Luka would have been better for sure. It would have been cool. Yeah, I don't know.
You would have been like Nash and Dirk together.
Oh my god! But they would have won a title and been friends for real. Actually, those two together, I could see them like, like the way that it took Jokic 5 years to like lock in and stop, like actually work out in the off season, and how Luka is like being actively accused of not doing that right now. They could like do like a Jamarcus Russell downward spiral together, where they just like
Yeah,
game all off.
they're just on Counter Strike and eating
Yeah.
a million of. I don't know. I don't even know what Balkan food would it be. Whatever their equivalent of pierogies is.
Yeah,
or
they're
dumpling.
eating fucking just dumplings, just starch. I mean, any kind of starch will do, really. Just slamming it. All right, yeah, that's all I got on the Nuggets. Let's timestamp this bitch. We spent more on Dream than we did on the Nuggets. I don't care, guys.
I mean, it's Dream.
Okay, they
he
played.
got in trouble with the gumball kid.
Hey, it's not my place to say whether or not Gumball can say that word. It's none of my business. And I didn't even laugh when I saw the video. I said, "Whoa, that's not PC, Gumball. Come on."
I never really watched Gumball, but I admire that it was in the weird spirit of Cartoon Network.
It was good. I caught it like at the end. I was kind of old when Gumball ran around. Like I was like, huh, I shouldn't be watching cartoons. I should be watching ESPN like a grown up.
Nice.
But it was good. It was fun. Yeah. Shout out to Gumball. Shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had a 2-2 week. They beat the Grizzlies and the Mavs. They lost to the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. I did watch a fair amount of Wolves. I went back and rewatched the fourth quarter where they beat the Suns on what was a travel game winner by Julius Randle, but a win is a win. We move. I don't care. And then I watched the fourth quarter where they lost to the Raptors. This is just a confusing team. I don't know what to make of them at this point.
The vibes are a little messed up with the Randall Gobert. You see when he didn't throw the entry pass.
Yes. And that came off of a possession where the big thing that stood out to me is that the Anthony Edwards Julius Randle pick and roll, nobody gives a shit about Julius Randle. It was consistent in both games. The Suns did not care. The Raptors definitely didn't care. And so like directly before Randle refused to throw that pass into Gobert, it was a possession where Randle sets the screen, Anthony Edwards takes it, he drives left towards the wing, and Jakob Pertl and Davion Mitchell are just fucking swarming him. Julius Randle is wide open at the top of the key, and Anthony Edwards, he takes a bad shot. He took like a contested, tough three-pointer, and the rebound of that is what turned into Randle refusing to throw the ball to Gobert and getting that 3-second violation. The offense is just clunky. Like there's nobody. It feels like the identity of this team beyond like we need Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle to have a good game. There's not really an identity. I don't understand.
How often does Julius Randle catch lobs?
Not super often. Let me pull up here Yap real quick. I want to pull up roll man shit for him.
I feel like he doesn't. Correct me if I'm wrong, Knicks fans, but I feel like he wasn't even doing it in New York. Not that there was like a dynamic guard to pair him with, but now that I think about it, like in pick and roll, I mean that's kind of what he was drafted for. He was the hype was like Blake Griffin type of insane finishing guy. But I wonder, is that even a part of his game anymore? Like, is he able to do that at all?
Okay, so as a roll man, he is averaging, let me see, points per possession. Julius Randle is 0.88 points per possession. What percentile do you think he is as a pick and roll man this season?
0.88. That's probably kind of mid.
It's 17th percentile.
Oh,
It's terrible. And that matches the eye test. He's not a good roll man. Like his game, since he became an all-star, his game is kind of like this weird, I don't want to say Carmelo Anthony because Randle is a pretty willing passer. But like it is this weird, I'm way stronger than anyone who's fast enough to guard me. I'm way faster than anyone who's strong enough to guard me. I'm gonna like catch the ball, face up, scan the floor, and try to make something happen. It's like a pretty methodical offense, and it's like I don't identify with him as a roll man at all. Like he's a wing straight up in my mind, and so you definitely, when you watch him and Anthony Edwards run the pick and roll, it's a combination of those two things where not only is he not really good at rolling, Anthony Edwards is not good at like being a pick and roll ball handler. He's not good if you can force him into situations where he has to make like difficult passes or difficult decisions. And so it was kind of a no-brainer in the Raptors and the Suns game. I haven't locked into it for the entirety of the season, but like when they're running that action, the defense, they're just like, yeah, okay, we'll spam Anthony Edwards. We'll try to make him make a difficult pass. And Randall's offense is really forgiving on that kind of defensive approach because he's not going to like immediately launch the catch and shoot three. He's going to catch the ball, he's going to square up, and he's going to scan the floor to see what his options are. And that really allows the defense to recover pretty effectively. On top of the fact that, again, he's not rolling to the rim very well at all either. So it's not like Pirtle or Mason Plumlee, who is doing that a lot as well, are getting like smoked because they're not getting back into position. They're able to recover pretty effectively.
It is. We should point out it is much harder to roll when Gobert is there, just taking up space. But and then also the Ant Rudy Gobert. So I saw a unique stat. I think it was points generated after a pick, and so combos. It wasn't like a true. I don't know what the difference is between traditional pick and roll and that stat, but like the points generated after with the combo after setting a pick. So Gobert and Ant were number 3. So
Okay.
so I think it must be a big chunk of that is probably him shooting the lights out. He still is not. We're on Anthony Edwards Earth Watch, fall back to Earth Watch. It hasn't happened. He's
Yeah.
still at 41% on 11 attempts per game. So he's been killing it off the dribble still. But yeah, they still have decent chemistry, but yeah, the Randall fit was always going to be a little clunky. But yeah, he did have the epic game winner against the Suns.
He did, and he was really good. I did want to because I just spent 5 minutes shitting on his offense. When the team doesn't Ryan Dunn didn't play the entire fourth quarter. I don't remember if he fouled out or got hurt or what. But at that point, Phoenix really didn't have a body comparable to Randall to throw at him and slow him down, whereas Toronto has a lot of those guys. And so in the Suns game, he was good at not settling for bullshit mid-range jumpers or letting somebody smaller than him stop him from getting to good spots. He was good in that Suns game. It's just when that option of him cooking and him exploiting a mismatch is taken off the table, things get a little bit tougher offensively. On top of the fact that defensively in both of these games, Minnesota was really bad. The entire fourth quarter, both of these games. It's one thing if hey, RJ Barrett, that's a superstar, baby. That's I mean, oh my God, he's one of the best players in the league. For him to score on 2 feet in the paint pretty much whenever he wants, that's one thing. For Tyus Jones to do that in the big moments of the game, that's not great. That's not ideal. And so, yeah, it's just I'm not out on the Wolves. They have a lot of talent, and I think this Anthony Edwards shooting jump, it's cool. And if you had told me this was going to happen with the roster they had last year, if they just run it back and he's shooting like this, I'm like, holy fuck, this is crazy. But they have to figure a lot of stuff out. And I just saw a report that DiVincenzo, they were like, hey, maybe we trade him. The report was DiVincenzo is not thrilled about coming off the bench, and maybe he could be traded.
No way already. A month ago, is he the real prize of the Timberwolves trade?
How is DiVincenzo trade, guys?
Where does he? So he was. The reports came out after he was traded. He was like, actually, he was not happy in New York, and now he's not happy. Where's he? He just wants to start straight up.
I guess.
You know what?
What?
Zach LaVine reunion, Minnesota.
Whoa! Would you take DiVincenzo?
Of course, I'd take anyone.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
I just want to lose. And Zach is good. He's a good player right now.
He's too good.
So get him out of here.
All right, we do have one lobbyist request. Micah Palumbo. Now,
is it Micah Nori?
No, because I think this is supposed to be Michael. It's spelled Michae. So maybe they just forgot the L, but maybe it's Micah. Maybe it's Mike. I don't know.
Maybe it's
Miche Palumbo. There has to be something done about the Timberwolves. I think the Rudy fire sale may happen sooner rather than later. Getting a non-ISO scorer to replace Randall can be really challenging, and Rudy struggles in lineups with 2 ball dominant scorers. Motherfucker. If you move Gobert, I just don't know. Then the entire idea here is this was one of the best defenses we've ever seen. And so if you're just a good offense and a fine defense, it doesn't really move me that much. I don't know. How do you think about Pablo?
Yeah, I mean, Rudy Gobert is an idiot, and he has a lot of flaws, but it's hard to see a move that would change things. It's hard to get an upward mobility move. Who is out there that would change things for them?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Giannis, they can get Giannis.
No, they're not getting Giannis. Geez, a Greek guy.
Who could they get from OKC? Anybody for Gobert?
Shea, no. J-Dub, no. Chet, no. Hartenstein, Caruso, no. For Gobert? Damn. I mean, I don't know.
Do you think they could get Hartenstein if they wanted to?
Probably not. Just because, like, first of all, I'm not sure how the money works. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, Gobert's making a ton of money, and so it probably wouldn't just be Hartenstein. And one of the problems with OKC is that when you have 12 good players on the roster,
We're back to trading OKC players, by the way.
hey, sorry, Charlotte or whoever that was. But
think it was Ash.
when you have when you have 12 good players, you don't have any salary filler. You just have guys that you like and like you have to let go of to get Rudy Gobert. I don't think it's working well. I don't think the Thunder would do that. Just cuz like it makes your window very different. It doesn't close the window if you're the Thunder, but damn. All right. I mean, I don't have any other thoughts. I don't think the Rudy fire sale will happen. That's my final take on that. I think if they're going to majorly restructure this roster, it would probably be through different avenues.
So we could get it done for Rudy for Isaiah Hartenstein, and then you got to throw in. You would have to throw in Joe or some combination of like Aaron Wiggins and
Whoa.
Dylan Jones. So you would have to give up some guys.
Aaron
So,
Wiggins is Rudy Gobert kills basketball. He's the
Aaron
basketball
Wiggins
killer.
saves it. He really does.
Eh.
Yeah. So I think if there is a move to make, it's not Gobert. So.
Yeah. All right. 121. The Suns. Ooh, damn. 0-4 week this week. They lost to the Knicks, Magic, Wolves, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. You know, they did get robbed by the Randall game winner, all that stuff. But at the same time, I think they were up like 11 points with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter versus the Wolves. Got to get it done, guys. Got to close the game. 20th ranked offense, 26th ranked defense over these last 4 games. Booker's level of play, it's up and down still. 44 against the Wolves. He looked incredible.
Oh,
Looked nuclear. In the fourth quarter, it wasn't like De'Aaron Fox in the fourth versus the Wolves, where they still lost in overtime, but like just shot making clinic. Booker was a little bit quieter. He was deferring, like, Tyus Jones, a couple other guys were making plays. But so yeah, 44 against the Wolves, 33 against the Knicks on pretty good efficiency, but then 17 points against the Magic, where I won't crucify him for that. It's the Magic. They're really tough to play against, especially when you're the only real offensive star out there. Yeah. How do you feel about the Suns?
it's just a waiting game for them. They're 8-1 with KD. They're 1-6 without KD, and there's been Beal overlap. Like both Beal and KD have missed 7 games. So, top heavy team. They got to have the top there to win games. So yeah, we'll just see when they get back. They need top. The Suns have been a really top reliant team even before KD. Remember with Devin Booker and the whole team.
I thought they were pretty deep.
Well, no, remember they were the whole top angle with that one girl.
Oh, whoa! I forgot about that girl.
So
yeah.
So, shout out to sex workers. They deserve to be paid a living wage and they deserve to be safe.
Yeah.
Matt Ishbia told ESPN this week that he fully expects to sign Kevin Durant to a contract extension next offseason, and he wants the 14-time All-Star to retire as a Sun. And so he said, you can't sign a 2-year extension this last summer. You can't do it based on the rules. So we figured after the season, we'll talk about it and we'll take care of it. Kevin wants to be here. We want Kevin here. There's never been one grumbling of anything different.
Okay.
And so last year he could have signed a 1-year, $60 million extension before the season, but instead he's going to do a 2-year, $120 million extension. So I wonder if that'll be the last contract he's on. But yeah, and then the other huge Phoenix Suns news is the Rah Rah Room. Have you heard?
No, I have not.
Matt Ishbia announced he's put $20 million into the stadium to open a new club called the Rah Rah Room. And their stadium is called the Footprint Center. The Footprint Center is going to open a members only private dining club called the Rah Rah Room. Guess how much the annual membership fee is?
$5,000.
$15,000, but it's good for 2 individuals. So it's really like $7,500 per person.
What kind of world do these people live in? Well, $15,000 so I can go to every Suns home game and eat dinner. Cool, dude.
I'm really looking for more reasons to get to downtown Phoenix. According to the Footprints website, the benefits of being a member include admission of additional guests, personal concierge for reservations, valet parking, access to 2 private dining rooms, and pre-sale access to NBA, WNBA concerts, and other events. So, and you know what? They claim it was like fine dining experience in there. In the concept art of it, they had this room that just had a bunch of movie theater candy boxes on the wall, like wall to wall M&Ms, Gobstompers, stuff. That's not gourmet, and they say gourmet dessert in the description. I'm like, that's not gourmet.
Yeah. I don't believe him
So,
for a
guys,
second.
get us to how many patrons would we need to get a subscription to the Rah Rah Room? Oh, recording the official Let's email Matt Ishbia. Let's be the official podcast of the Rah Rah Room.
Oh, we would be. Oh my god. I would talk about how fuck. What's those weird gumdrop things? You just said, oh man, it's like it might literally be called drops. I'm trying to think.
Gobstoppers?
No, they have like a yellow box.
Oh, Milk Duds?
No, because they're fruit flavored.
Oh, Lifesavers?
No, oh my god, how stupid can
Which
you
shape
be?
are they?
They're like gumdrop shaped. Whatever. I don't care.
Dots?
Dots. There we go. Thank you. I'll talk about dots like they're fucking 5-star Michelin shit. A 3-star. My fault. It's the Michelin doesn't have 5 stars. Okay. The only other thing I wrote down. Have you heard about? They have like this 6'10" guy who had like double-digit scoring performances against the Wolves and the Magic. Have you heard about this guy?
Oh,
Well, I mean, have you heard about him?
I don't know. Who?
Oh, so you're an idiot.
Oh, who?
Oh, so Iguodaro.
So
Oh,
this the guy.
yeah.
Wait, how much did he score?
Like 12 points in back-to-back games, but one of them was against the Magic. So I mean, that's not nothing. And I don't know. Overall, just feels like an NBA guy when he's out there. He's long. He's athletic. He's working hard. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he'll get real run for the Suns, but it's not like they're flush with role players. So I think he'll get opportunities.
There was a funny tweet about him that went big on Twitter where it was him shooting jumpers in practice, and he has a horrific jump shot.
That's
And
him. I know the video
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, that's him. He and they were like, and you guys were mad at Bronny or something like that. It's like Bronny's not the only one or something. It's like this guy does have like 8 inches on Bronny. He's like a really high level defensive player and passer.
Mhm.
So that kind of package works way more for someone like him.
Yeah. The thing about Bronny is that he's 6'2". That's the real
Yeah.
qualifier. If he was 6'7", there is a path forward to only playing defense. But it's like even like if you think about Bronny compared to like Gary Payton II, like Gary
He doesn't have that wingspan, does
Yeah.
he? Well, actually, he might have
I'm
I think
thinking
his wingspan is
athleticism.
decent.
Gary Payton is like a nuclear athlete, whereas
Yeah.
Bronny's strong, but like
He's like not definitely not as powerful or like explosive.
yeah. So it's just tough when you like the path forward. It's not fair. Tall people, society is biased. I'll be the first one to admit that.
Shout out to the tweet. Tall people act like they earned it.
Someone quoted that and said Bobby Portis, and that killed me. All right, we do have a lobbyist request from not Joey Buckets.
Oh,
He said,
wait, not what?
Not Joey Buckets. Oh, I'm gonna play the clip right now.
Has Pablo Escobar officially lost all journalistic integrity?
Nurkic is the only player in the NBA.
Tobias Harris, Thomas Bryant, Jamichael Green, Patrick McCaw, Robert Woodard II, James Wiseman, Mason Plum Lee, Drew Holiday, Jared Harper. These men have all played in the NBA. Reward journalistic integrity within the NBA. Choose Stephen A. Smith. This ad has been paid for by the one man who remembers James Harden's stint in Brooklyn and was read by his friend Ryan, who doesn't know much about basketball.
We got to frame it as our sponsor. So, that was thanks for the video from our sponsor.
Shout out to the sponsors. You guys keep us going. I wish I knew what PBS said off the top of my head. It was like PBS paid for
viewers like you.
Hey, viewers like you, right? This is a free episode. Viewers, well, not like you, but viewers like our patrons.
Like you, Riley. What are you doing right now? Thinking about which dress you're going to wear to church tomorrow? Huh.
Hey, you don't know if Riley's Catholic, dude. All right.
Riley's probably Baptist, aren't you, Riley?
Okay. I'll single out Josh Lerman. Shout out to Josh Lerman for supporting us. One of the we have to set up some mods for our Discord. I didn't.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Do we? What do they do? That's a lot of power.
I don't know. I'm just give it to breadphobic and be like, hey, be fascist on. you can do whatever, man. Knock yourself.
Oh no, he's a Nets fan. He'll embrace it.
Hey, the Nets kind of like the black and white color scheme. It's like they're a stone's throw away from being. They could do like a lot of fascist aesthetic, like their whole. Like just concrete brutalist court, maybe something like that.
Well, we don't know Breadphobic's origins. So what if as a kid he's like, I like Brooklyn Nets for Mikhail Prokhorov. He brings Eastern rule to NBA. We'll make things good.
Oh man. So not Joey Buckets says, Hey, Pablo, is Yusuf Nurkic still the only NBA player? Please read this directly after playing my attack ad. Thanks, Mr. Fellas.
So I understand. I understand everybody wants to ask me about this. I understand the allegations that are going around. I understand that most people have seen the ad. I cannot address it at this time.
Okay.
I cannot address it at this time. Do the thing where it's like, Pablo. It's like a news scrum around.
Hey, Pablo, hey, over here. These are like the pictures, the flashes going off. Pablo, what do you have any comments on the ad that's being run?
No, just leave me alone, okay?
Pablo, pose for the picture, please.
No, I won't show up in the camera. Now it's a vampire story.
Oh, he's a vampire. That's crazy, dude. Halloween's over, dude. You're a turkey now. When people take pictures of me, I turn into a turkey.
The allegations are not true. The moral arc of justice bends on my side in due time.
I've heard that justice is a personal thing. You know, I've heard that everyone has their own individual justice, and
you would think that because you support that thug in Gotham. Did you hear another guy in the hospital with broken C9 vertebrae? You know what he was doing?
What? Probably running drugs for the Penguin.
He answered an Indeed job listing to be a security guard for a warehouse. He had no clue what was going. It was told a manufacturing warehouse. This guy didn't know the Joker. Didn't know it was connected to. There was no way for him to know that this was connected to organized crime. I think it was 32. So it's not like some
adult. He's moving. He has no idea what's. I mean, geez, Louise, dude. Is this guy a fucking? Is he simple? What's going on? He can't figure out that maybe we're working purely in the shadows. I get paid $1,000 cash at the end of every week just to move these giant fucking crates. I knocked one over the other day, and a bunch of glass vials filled with like neon green liquid came spilling out. He couldn't crack the
He
code on
wasn't
that
in
one.
the warehouse. He wasn't in the. This is the problem with you, DC elitists. You see a city like Gotham with a high crime rate, and you think, oh, if I live there, I would just assume every job is a crime job. I would assume every job is connected to the 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 people you think are running Gotham in the media with these high powered with the reputation, these gangsters like the Joker and stuff like that. People, there are regular jobs in Gotham. If there was a barista listing, I'm not going to assume it's the Joker's Starbucks.
You have no idea what it takes to be a symbol of hope. I'll leave you on that point. You're just here. You want everybody.
He's a symbol of hope. Hope that guy gets to walk again.
Wow. Okay. Well, no. The next time Joker blows up a hospital, I'll come. I'll be like, hey, it's cool. It's cool that like he gets to pay all these people though. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool that we're not doing anything to stop this. God damn. Sometimes you have to bend the rules. Okay. You have no idea how far up the corruption in the city goes.
Yeah, I'm sure one guy beating up the warehouse worker.
What are you doing?
That'll
What are you doing?
fix it.
What are you doing?
That'll fix. I'm using my platform. I'm the biggest podcaster in Gotham. I'm saying, and I'm gonna next election. I'm gonna support an AD who's gonna clean up the streets.
Harvey Dent. Have you heard about him?
I've seen posters, but I haven't looked into his like platform yet. But I think AOC follows him though.
Yeah. No. He was on Twitch with Phantom from the Hype House the other day.
That's not Phantom's AMP.
Fuck. He was playing Crazy Taxi on Twitch.
Mm.
And but I've heard he's got some weird stuff with Bruce Wayne. They're really chummy, and the guy's pretty fucking slimy.
Oh, he's bought.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, everyone in Gotham is bought, so it's just like the lesser evils. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, everyone in Gotham's bought. There's one man trying to take a stand against corruption, but apparently he's a psychotic scumbag who needs to fucking die. Wow, whatever. I love it when nobody does anything and we all just sit around and complain the entire time. That's my favorite part.
I love it when one guy beats up five guys a night, and then we
I
think
think that's pretty.
that's
Oh my
that's
god!
fixing things.
Wow. Aren't you a Gojo fan? Gojo's just fucking handsome Batman. There's a lot more similarities than you think. All right.
I would one shot him.
Prep time. Prep time. Inverted.
let me prep for infinity.
Inverted sphere of heaven. You're telling me Toji can fucking kill him once, but Batman would have cut.
Did
his
you
head off.
see Stephen A. wearing the Toji Gojo fit in his TikTok?
Damn, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
It was epic.
All right, let's get to the Clippers. We got to. I didn't write shit down about the Clippers. We got to run through some of these boring ones to get to the cool ones.
All right. Where's the Clippers in my notes? I definitely have something written down. I have a few things. Okay. So Norm Powell just straight up despises Paul George. Did you see his latest good thing?
Was this the one where he was like on a stage talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to I'm burping. Shout out to Carlo, the Clippers announcer. He was the guy on stage with him. That's my mutual. He's cool.
Oh, he follows you?
Yeah. That's oh man, last time the Clippers were in town, I went to the game and I didn't realize that he was there announcing until after, and I DM'd him and he was like, next time I'll let you yell into the microphone. And I was like, thanks.
We should get him on here one day. That's crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a good guest, actually.
Yeah, so Norm Powell said, no matter what PG says, the wall has been amazing. So this is the guy who said like addition by subtraction and we're going to be fine. It's like Paul George is now enemy number one for the Clippers. Like if you go to the Clippers subreddit, it's like 65% of the posts, maybe, or maybe like 50, I don't know. But there's so many posts where it's like, Paul George out with hyperextended knee, huh? Paul George complaining in public on podcast, huh? It's just like a ton of victory laps. It's like they called us crazy for letting him go. They said we were stupid for not paying him, and look at us now. I love when there's that kind of animosity when these little things brew up, these little wars.
Well, they're up for sure. I mean, the Sixers and Paul
Yeah.
George is a fucking car crash right now. So, yeah. Do you have any other thoughts? I mean, they beat the Magic, the Warriors, and the Jazz. They lost to the Rockets. The Magic and the Warriors are good wins. They remain the same kind of weird good basketball team. That is just like, hey, here's 20 minutes of Kevin Porter Jr., the worst basketball player on this side of the Mississippi River.
Yeah. And until recently, they wouldn't get Jordan Miller into the rotation. That was a big thing they were mad about on the subreddit. They're like, please, for the love of God, can we play Jordan Miller more? And then Bones Highland is like completely buried,
Mhm.
and he tweeted at, so it was Diakite, I think, or is Diakite or Diabate? One of them.
Diabate is the Hornets rebounder guy.
Yeah, Diabate. He it was like he came from the G League and now he's getting mints or something. And Bones Highland like quote tweeted it. He's like, opportunity, praying hands. And so he's upset about not getting run. Which, if Kevin Porter Jr. is in front of you, of course you're going to be upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they've got that, and then they couldn't beat the Rockets because the Rockets are just strangling them. Amen Thompson is too much. But I talked about that last week, their matchup. But then last thing, Kawhi Leonard is taking part in shooting drills.
The indefinite becomes definite.
That's like a huge part of basketball.
I mean, yeah, if you can't look at Ben Simmons, if you can't shoot, what can you do, you know?
What can you do?
Exactly. So, it's happening, guys. He's coming back. It could be tomorrow. Do you have any final thoughts for the Clippers?
No.
All right. So the Grizzlies went 2-2 this week. They beat the Nuggets and the 76ers, and then they lost the Warriors and the Lakers. What do you think about the Grizzlies?
Let's find out. Oh, Vince Williams is hurt again. He's going to be reevaluated in 4 weeks. Huh?
Was that a real trombone? That noise?
Yep.
Damn. Just a little movie magic for you guys. Audio only listeners, let's just say it was a real trombone.
Let's just say I've got a musical talent. Wink. Marcus Smart. He has been on the Grizzlies.
I forgot he was even on this team.
He's been a Grizzly for 98. There's been 98 possible games for him.
Okay.
How many of those 98 do you think he's missed?
56.
71.
Oh my God. Brad Stevens.
He's basically not on the team.
Yeah. And what's hilarious is like even the last version we saw of him, not really that good at basketball.
He's still a good defender.
He was fine, but it was like
he's just a very specific experience.
Yeah. And I mean, to move off Dylan Brooks and to pick him up, it's like, okay, I moved this. I got rid of my Diet Pepsi and I got a Diet Coke. You know, it's like the Diet Coke's better. But
to be fair, like at that point, Dylan Brooks was horrific. It was just like this guy who could not score at all for you, and then he's getting everyone in the world mad at your team. He's like, actually, I'm the leader here, and well, he didn't really say that, but he's like, yeah, we're the Grizzlies. We all hate you. We're all doing this annoying stuff. It's like, okay, Dylan Brooks is doing too much, and yeah, not going well for the Grizzlies. They're just cursed, kind of like the Pelicans. Like everyone dies every single year on this team. Half the roster is just like in and out of games. John Moran is still out.
Nice little drink of water. a fresh drink of water, a tall drink of
Oh,
water is Jaren Jackson Jr.
how's your tap water in your apartment?
It's fine. I mean, it's not like you say that yours tastes like shit.
Yeah,
Mine's fine. I still run it through a Brita just because I like it to be cold. Like I put it in the Brita, put it in the fridge.
yeah, that's what I do too. It just tastes funky.
But it's because you got poop water. You gotta
Oh,
you gotta get like you gotta turn off the poop water tap. You call the
is that a button?
yeah you call the super, and he comes over with a big
The
wrench.
pooper?
You call the pooper, and he comes over with a big wrench and he whacks a couple of pipes, and yeah, you stop.
God,
Because what's probably right now is like your toilet.
God,
It's connected to your sink, and so
he's probably like, good thing you called me, buddy. You're getting sent to poop with 7 other households right now.
yeah, this happens a lot. When these units aren't lived in for a long time, everyone will just kind of divert their poop over here, and then someone moves in. They get a couple weeks of drinking
You
real.
didn't notice? You didn't notice there was pieces in it? I thought it was ice. I thought it came with ice.
Fluoride. What the fuck?
What the hell?
Oh
You
man.
didn't notice it was brown?
Yeah.
It was dark. I drink water in the dark in here.
Tony, this Jagoff's been drinking poop water since he moved in.
Don't tell Tony. No.
um, all right. So Jaren Jackson Jr. is who I wrote down a lot of stuff about. So in the last 11 games, either like one or both of Desmond Bain and John Morant have been out. And in those 11 games, the Grizzlies are 7-4, which in the East is a very good basketball team. That's like a holy shit. Could they make it out of the East? This is crazy. In those 11 games where they're 7-4, Jaren Jackson Jr. 23.5 points, 6 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 3.2 stocks on 62% true shooting.
Oh, he's brilliant.
So yeah, they're still very low in the conference because the conference is such a bloodbath, but he's been good. He's been cooking. The on-ball reps that he suffered through last season, they've clearly improved him because like if you looked to him to carry this kind of offensive load 2 seasons ago, get the fuck out of here. You're drinking poop water if you think that's happening. But
Okay.
now it's been good. He's been cooking.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot, he's been mostly healthy for them, right?
Yeah, he's missed. I think he missed 2 games close to the beginning of the season, 2 or 3 games, and yeah, since then they've been worried about John Bain, but not him so much.
Oh, wonderful! And then we haven't really talked about Jalen Wells much, but just a second-round pick playing good minutes for them, shooting 38% from 3.
Yeah.
So another guy. I mean, the Nuggets guys. Come on. I mean, they're just out there. You got Calvin Booth. You're the draft guy. There's like 10 other guys that are doing what you claim you could do.
Thank God we got Trey Alexander. Thank God we got
He might be pretty good.
we got Jalen Pickett down there. Yeah,
Jokic of the Big Ten.
I wrote down Jalen Wells. I don't think we got to talk about him very much in the impressive rookies episode.
Yeah.
We touched on him a little, but I mean, he's genuinely been one of the most productive offensive guys in the class so far. He's 13 points, 3 rebounds on 60% true shooting in this 7-4 stretch that Jaren Jackson Jr. has looked really good in. Jalen Wells also started every single one of those games. He's shooting 39% on 4.6 attempts from 3 in that span, 39% on 3.7 catch and shoot attempts in that span. For comparison, Dalton Knecht in the same stretch of games, Dalton Knecht,
That superstar.
I mean, yeah, literally like why draft a raw prospect when you could draft a Dalton Knecht? That's what people are going to be saying for decades to come. He's only shooting 40.5% on 4.2 attempts. So slightly better percentage, slightly better attempts, but still the point remains the same. Compared to Knecht, Jalen Wells has been a really effective shooter as well. He's got great feel without the ball. He's pretty, honestly better on drives, like driving on the ball, than I thought he was going to be for a rookie guard. Like he's patient and he makes good decisions. He's not rookie Darius Garland out there. He's not some fucking psycho just giving the ball away. And then other than that, Ja and Zach Edey are both still week to week without a real concrete return for time from injury. So that'd be better if it was indefinite, obviously, but like week to week, it's not month to month.
Yeah, it's like the Grizzlies did a monkey paw deal where they're like, you will find a steal in the second round at wing every single year. They're like, what? Awesome. Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson, Jalen Wilson, awesome. And it's like, they will never all be healthy at the same time. Desmond Bain, I think, was late first pick. But yeah, so just a cursed team. They are 7-3 when Santi Aldama gets to 10 or more points. They've only lost twice when he's managed more than a dozen. So call me the Santi Donut Shop. Get me a dozen.
Hey, okay, I like that. I'll be the Dalai Aldama. There we go. And like,
Did you see the Dalai Lama is American? The next one?
I didn't. Is that the guy up in Minnesota, like the 18-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not realize he was the next Dalai Lama. I thought he was just like a guy the Dalai Lama recognized as like being a reincarnated, spiritual leader or whatever.
Oh, they're I think he's the guy. I don't know.
Hey, that's kind of cool, dude. Imagine if the Dalai Lama was a Vikings fan. That'd be crazy.
That's not the real Dalai Lama then.
Imagine if the Dalai Lama, they're like, oh, hey, we need advice. And he's like, dude, Naz Reid has 36. Stop talking to me. I'm trying to watch the game.
What a sad headline. Young Buddhist Lama celebrates last birthday at home in Minnesota.
It did have that air to it where it was like, oh, sweet, I'm leaving my entire life behind.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm going to head on over to India to go to a temple or like a monastery or whatever. Yeah, where is it?
Into it. He's like fluent in Tibetan and stuff. So it's not like he's just like his parents. He's like, yeah, my dad wants me to do this, so I guess I'm going to Tibet now. The fuck?
So he was recognized when he was 2. So he's like the Avatar. So he knew the entire time. He will move to the Mind Rolling Monastery in northern India after graduating from high school. There's could be tigers there.
It's not funny because that's the real name of a monastery, but the Mind Rolling Monastery it made me giggle a little bit. That's just...
it probably sounds much better in more regal in Tibetan.
Yeah. This is our fucking brain exploding church. Church where
it sounds like a crypto Discord name.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you should buy Mind Roller. Buy the dip on Mind Roller. It's crazy right now. It's gonna fucking explode. All right. No more.
Wait,
yeah.
So he had a bunch of people come to his birthday party, and they gave him stuff like golden statues of Buddha as well as flowers and fruits. But he also received typical birthday gifts from his friends, such as shaker bottles and a gift card to Chipotle Mexican Grill.
Damn.
Wait, what is a shaker bottle for? Like a martini?
No, for like a protein shake or something. Like a plastic.
Oh, was he gonna bulk at the monastery?
Yo, the the Vow of Silence winter arc, it's about to go crazy, dude. He comes back, he's fucking 300 pounds and like he's like 15% body fat. Like he's not shredded, but underneath the layer you could be like, damn, this guy's been working out. He's built like a defensive lineman.
He was about 4 months old when he was identified by some guy, and he was later confirmed by several lamas as the 8th Turchen Takshum Rinpoche. I would definitely mispronounce that. The first one was born in 1655. Whoa. He met the Dalai Lama when he came to Wisconsin in 2010. I'm going to be honest with you. You're not sent from God if you've ever been to Wisconsin. Someone divine wouldn't go to Wisconsin.
God would intervene.
Even to visit.
Car wouldn't start.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know what? Who am I to judge Wisconsin? I don't mind them. I like
This
cheese. I like Giannis. I like.
He's a big sports fan, cheering for the Timberwolves, Real Madrid, and the Atlanta Falcons. He's on his high school's football team and plays left guard. That's awesome. Like, dude, I pancaked the Dalai Lama when I was in high school. Oh, first Dalai Lama with CTE, maybe.
Damn, that'd be kind of cool. We get him, and we get him during the Trump campaign. So like Trump gets to meet with him and stuff. That could be fun.
Oftentimes, his memorization of scripture would be rewarded by his father with Pokemon cards.
That's a pretty potent. I mean, you could Pavlov me with some Pokemon cards when I was 4 years old for sure.
This guy's awesome. I hope we can get him on one day.
Oh, dude. Oh my God, him on the pod, new dream guest. All right, no more Grizzlies, no more llamas. There are only, you're talking about religious leaders. I'm talking about governmental leaders, monarchical leaders.
God, Matt Gaetz, the woke media, they forced him out.
I know, that's fucked up. The same thing with Dream earlier. We're like, hey guys, if Matt Gaetz did anything crazy, wait.
No, he didn't. He literally said once he found out she was 17, he stopped and he waited till she was 18.
He stopped. He Venmoed her $1,500 in a few different payments over the month and a half that he had to wait, and then it was normal. So
for being awesome. It wasn't about it was the Venmoed her for being awesome.
For being awesome. And you know who else is awesome? De'Aaron Fox.
Oh yeah.
Kings.
Now that's a scammer.
Hey, careful you guys are standing. If you're on a rug, you might want to get off it. Kings are 2-2.
Aladdin's over here flying away with it.
Flying away with $1.5 million worth of crowdfunding. 2-2 this week. They beat the Jazz. They beat the Suns. They lost to the Wolves and to the Hawks. De'Aaron Fox. Jeez Louise. You want to talk about scamming defense? He's like, I'm going this way. Psych, I'm going this way. And I'm making the shot.
Trying to keep up with him is feeling like the rug's getting pulled the opposite way. That's how fast the guy is.
Hey, 60 points versus Minnesota, 49 points versus Utah. DeRozan is coming back tonight. DeRozan and Sabonis are coming back tonight. So I wonder, probably not getting another 50-piece out of Fox. The offensive attack will be a bit more balanced, but it was cool. And you definitely want to see the efficiency remain. This week he was 41.5 points per game, 8 assists on 67% true shooting. So yeah, it's crazy. Other than that, I wrote down Keon Ellis hot hand game. And I have some stuff. They run their fucking starters into the ground. Are you locked into this?
No. Well, do they have like a 6 or 7 man rotation?
I think so. I don't know off the top of my head, but if you think so, Keegan Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Huerter, Keon Ellis, Malik Monk is out right now. And then probably some guys intermittently Alex Len or whoever. But so De'Aaron Fox is 4th in minutes per game. Keegan Murray is I think 8th. So yeah, Fox, Keegan Murray, DeRozan, and Sabonis, all of those guys are in the top 16 in minutes per game. So they just run those guys a lot. And Sabonis and DeRozan have been hurt, and I there maybe those two things are connected. I don't know.
DeRozan is a workhorse. He gets a ton run through him, and he's reasonably durable. I feel like, but yeah, the Fox and Sabonis, the stat I said before, the pick points generated when they set a pick, they're number 2.
Oh,
behind
Jokic and Aaron Gordon.
No.
Okay, let me actually guess here then. Who's a
It's a East.
East? Jared Allen.
Nope.
Al Horford?
Nope.
Who's a great Trae Young?
Nope.
Damn. Am I tweaking? Who am I? Oh, Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they've been crazy.
But yeah, Keon Ellis went 9 of 15 from 3. Where's the Dalton Knecht hype for that guy? Now that's an older rookie that made a trillion threes, and he also plays elite defense.
Yeah.
So
And
what's up
he's
with
not
that?
getting the nepotism from his coach being like, I used to play just like you, dude. Fucking run wild, run free, baby. Keon Ellis actually has to earn his minutes.
I used to be white just like you, so yeah, I'm gonna throw you a bone. Yeah,
What is JJ Redick right now?
I mean,
He's a
that's
Kendrick Lamar fan.
slicked back hair, tattoos,
Whoa.
kind of little bit Italian to me.
Oh.
I wonder what he is.
I'd bet Irish if I had to guess.
Jaden.
Mr. Riddick.
Let me go. Someone has to have covered this before.
There's no new ground, you know.
I feel like he's probably got like pilgrim ancestors.
He could be English.
He may have said that before.
All right. The only other thing I wrote down is that Malik Monk practiced today, but he will be ankle sprained, sidelined for at least another week. Did that give you enough time to figure it out?
He's Swedish and Irish.
I was right. I'll take half. I'll take half correct for sure. Do you have any final thoughts about the Kings?
This article says mixed ethnicity. Let's see. So, yeah, Fox dropped 60, and then they dropped 40. Then he dropped 48. He's shooting
woke De'Aaron Fox.
He's shooting 64% when he dribbles 7+ times. So let the man cook.
It's pretty cool. I like that.
Do you know about his shoe?
How it kept coming off?
Oh no. That was crazy. But no, he's releasing a shoe. He's part of the Curry brand.
Whoa.
What's up with that? I thought we were competitors here. But yeah. So this is the official tagline. The Curry Fox 1, The Beam, releases December 27th. What a mouthful.
The Beam.
But just so you know, guys, I would wait till I have like pictures of it on the shelves in the store.
Yeah, I would go to the store and pick it up, probably.
Yeah. Don't order and don't plan on reselling. Okay. But and then the other huge news in Sacramento is Royale. Dude, are you locked into Royale?
I am. Okay, yeah. He's scary.
Yeah. Well, you know he's gone.
I didn't know if that was like canon, what I saw.
so wait, I didn't see. Did he get attacked by the other mascot? I didn't see a video.
So I saw this, like, I was watching.
Oh wait. So I should explain. So this is a retro Kings mascot, from like the Sacramento Royals from the 50s, 60s, whatever. And he's kind of just like a scary guy. The new mascot was introduced as a mischief maker, whose design was inspired by the team's past as the Cincinnati Royals. And he made his debut on Saturday, but was scrapped after 2 games.
Yeah. So what I saw was I was watching the Kings game, and it was the thing they were showing on the Jumbotron. Like, you know how when you watch a stream, you could see like whatever they're displaying in the arena.
Yeah.
And this was like a skit where the guy, like the host in the arena, like the Kings host who does every home game, he brings in Royale to come and meet the Kings mascot, like the lion or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I'll leave you two to get to know each other. He walks out of the room, and the lion, like,
Slamson. That's the lion's name.
Slamson, like, boxes Royale up in like a giant, like, Madagascar style crate, and he just like ships him off to because he's originally from Cincinnati, I think. So I think Slamson just puts him in the mail and like gets rid of him, and then like he goes back to reading the book he was doing or whatever. And so they cut away from that, and it's just like Slamson in the middle of the court, like flexing. He's like, I'm the best mascot. And I was like, damn, did they just like write off Royale? Is he actually not here anymore? And I don't think he's been back since. I think that was canon.
Yeah, so the plan was for him to appear whenever the Kings wore whenever they wore the City Edition uniforms. But as we all saw on Saturday, Slamson had other ideas, and Royale has been shipped to Cincinnati. And so I guess the reception to him was so poor that they scrapped it. Like they
He is
showed
really
the picture.
ugly. He was not the mascot.
But he's a mischief maker. But De'Aaron Fox is like, what is that? That's gross. And so I guess most people felt the same way.
It's because he was
so
a flesh-colored basketball. That was the problem.
what? So guys, remember, Roy? There's a human under there. This is a guy who thought he just had his big break, playing Royale, and now he's out of a job. Trump's America, deporting him back to Cincinnati. But yeah, it was so funny. In the King subreddit, they're like, I think he still has a future as a heel to Slamson. it's like a Broadway subreddit.
Oh man, that's fun. All right. Do you have any final King thoughts?
No, get him out of here.
Get him out of my
Just
face.
like ship him back to Cincy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Najee Marshall fan here. Today we're looking at some highlights of Najee Marshall. As you can see there, just destroyed Jamal Murray. Now here's the Jokic stopper. Just destroyed Jokic, back-to-back possessions. Just beautiful from Najee. Yeah, big jam for Najee. Now look at this. Cutting in backdoor, the pass from Gafford, easy and one. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Najee Marshall, Peach Cream. Let's go.
All right. The Dallas Mavericks. They had a 3-1 week. They beat the Pelicans, the Thunder, and the Spurs, and then they lost to the Jazz. Looking all the way back to that was that Luka bad defense, John Collins dunk loss. So they lose 4 straight last week, and then they win 3 straight after that. It feels like the vibes are probably still recovering from the 0-4 week. It was pretty nasty. But through all of that, they remain the 7th best offense and the 7th best defense on the season. And so you get PJ Washington back, and that feels like a big morale boost for the team. He does a lot of stuff that like nobody else on the team really does.
27-17 against OKC.
You lose Luka Doncic.
Oh,
He's gonna miss time. And so first option Kyrie? We'll see tonight against the Nuggets. They play tonight. He already lit them up once this year.
I hope he hits that shot again.
I think, dude, I like he will definitely fuck up some team for like 60 points. I believe that. It's just the like night to night grind of being the first option. I don't know how well that's gonna work. Do you have any thoughts about the Mavs?
No, just Luka's out for a few weeks. Maybe it's so funny. People are like, they're sending him to get conditioned in secret. That's actually what's happening.
Nice.
But it's also funny to be like, so they were 0-4 last week. Vibes rancid. Are we back 3-1? And it's like you look back at what was said last week, and it's like picturing it's like an argument between two people, and it's like, Luka, you're fat, you're lazy, you don't play defense, you suck, I hate you. And then it's like, well, those things haven't really changed. It's like we're winning now, but it's like, I guess we're cool.
Yeah.
Am I still fat? So yeah, they I don't think the wheels will fall off because Kyrie has been that good. And they're still are they still, let me see, what are they defensively on the year?
They're 7th, pretty sure.
They're 7th, and they're still a great rebounding team. So I think they'll survive it.
Clay has been a little in the last 7 games. Which is, it's cool that they're surviving that. Last 7 games, he's 13 points per game on 48% true shooting. 34% from 3, 34.5. So if you want to round that up, knock yourself out, I guess. I don't care. He's still shooting 41% on like over 6.5 catch and shoot attempts a game, which in the last 7 games, that's still very high volume. That's like among the highest volume of catch and shoot guys in the league. 41%, that's really good. Simultaneously, he is 1 for his last 18 pull-up 3-point attempts, and he is shooting 34% from 2. So it's I mean, I don't know. I definitely saw this coming when the Mavs picked him up. The potential for these stretches is there. And I mean, I don't know. 3, I didn't measure exactly what he did in the last 3 wins. I assume it's probably a little better, but Yeah, just probably a bit more volatile of a night-to-night shooter and scorer than a lot of people acknowledge or think about him as at this point, where it's like, oh, Clay, it's one of the best 3-point shooters of all time. It's like, yeah, sometimes he's great, and sometimes, yeah, it's tough.
Last game was 5 for 9.
Hey, it's over 50%, baby. It's one of the greatest shooters of all time.
Game before, 1 for 8.
That's one of the. Hey, can't hit him. Can't hit it. The averages, it'll all even out.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
That's all I got. I don't care. Get them out of my face. Ship them back to Cincinnati too. All right, what are we at? 211. Damn, too much dream. Yeah, really padded this bitch out.
Not enough dream, I'd say.
The Spurs 2-2 this week. They beat the Jazz. They beat the Thunder. They lost to the Lakers and the Mavs. No Wemby, no Vassell, no Sohan for the last 3 games. They still went 2-1.
Booyah!
It's a tale of it's yin and yang. It's young and old. It's youthfulness and it's experience. It's energy, and it's Chris Paul and Stephon Castle is who I was talking about. Chris Paul in the last 4 games, 12 points, 9 assists, 66% true shooting, 41% from 3 on 5.5 attempts a game. Stephon Castle, 15.5 points and 5 assists while shooting 39% on 4.8 attempts a game. He played, so in their game against the Jazz, Stephon Castle, who Pablo, it's fake. He says it's fake. Pablo says Stephon Castle's not real. It's on the record.
Let me clarify. He's good at the stuff he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
He's good at the stuff we knew he was good at. He still can't score.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting that you would say this because he played 10:38 in the fourth quarter of the Jazz game, and he scored 9 points on 85% true shooting in those 10 minutes and 38 seconds. Someone else in the game played 12 minutes of that fourth quarter, and they scored 5 points on 5 shots. Do you know who?
It's a man by the name of Ice President.
Let's just say it's getting a little.
They called me crazy. They called me a bad man.
You are a madman. Stephon Castle outplayed him, but he can't score.
Well, wait. What did Castle do?
Castle in the fourth quarter, 9 points on 85% true shooting.
Yeah. So how many shots? What did he go? 4 or 5?
He went 3 or 4, baby. 3 or 4 with 3 free throws.
And Bryce was 5 for 5.
Bryce was 2 for 5, you moron. He had 5 points.
I thought you said 5 for 5 because he exploded in the game.
Yeah, not in the fourth. He got in the clutch, in the big moments. I guess we found out who the real generational scorer was.
I hate to break it to you, but basketball's more than 1 quarter.
Yeah, I know. The Spurs won them all. You add them up, you get 1 game.
But yeah, there's been some Stephon Castle hype from Chris Paul.
Yeah.
He said it's crazy for him to be a rookie. I'm so confident when he's on the court, like when the ball's in his hands. I know what he's capable of now. And Castle said everything that Chris Paul says is valuable to me. Him being another coach on the floor for us and me especially, it's only helping me. So I think he is bought into the idea of being a point guard. If he ever were to be able to score at like a legit efficient rate, he would be a fantastic player because he's a great defender and he's a decent passer.
He blocked Shea in the clutch.
That was pretty sick. But yeah, but CP3 more like CB28. That's Charles Bassey, baby. We gotta talk bass. What you gonna do with all that bass? So yeah, he in the last 3 games he had 6 blocks in one game. He had 2 blocks. He had 3 blocks. I saw someone say more blocks than Wemby. Has Wemby played in the last 3? I know he missed the OKC game.
He's missed 3 straight games with a knee contusion.
Okay, so Charles Bassey, but it's still true. He's had more blocks than Wemby in the past 3 games.
We actually have an obvious request about that.
What did they say?
Smooth Geo says Pablo recently said that the best ability is availability in regard to the Wemby versus Chet debate. Since then, my humble goat Wemby has not played, and I am supposed to see him this Saturday. I expect Pablo I expect to see Pablo rectifying this situation by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 23rd, 2024. And I would like to explain how he will do this. So how are you going to make Wemby play tomorrow?
I can't promise Wemby will play, but I can promise if he's not there, Charles Bassey will be there. And Charles Bassey is obviously preoccupied by the ghost of the coat. He's a prolific shot blocker himself. He's got way more. It's a different experience than Wemby. So if you're into twinks, then Wemby's got the slender figure going on. But Charles Bassey, if you're into bears, that's what you got. You got muscle, you got mass, and so what do you really want out of seeing Wemby? You want to see a huge guy out there. Charles Bassey's massive. You want to see a guy blocking shots into the moon? Charles Bassey's gotcha. You want to see Charles Bassey's got more of a post-up game than Wemby at this point. And then three-pointers, I don't know if Charles Bassey shoots them anymore. He used to at Western Kentucky, but it's entirely possible he could splash. Now, is he going to splash 14 of them, those bad boys up there? Probably not, but I'll tell you what. If you can't get the GOAT, which the best ability is availability, but we can't be prisoner of the moment. So, yeah. So he'll be back. Don't worry. But if your compensation prize is Charles Bassey, that's like when Tracy Chapman got called up to Wembley Stadium and sang Fast Car in last minute notice. I just saw a TikTok about that last night. So shout out Charles Bassey.
The song Fast Car until like 3 months ago.
Oh, you got put on by the country guy?
Yeah.
Wow, Gen Z guys.
And like I told, like my girlfriend showed it to me, and she was like, "Yo, look at they're singing Fast Car," and I was like, "What's Fast Car?" It was this whole thing where it was like, I just had no idea what Fast Car was. It's a good song. It's all right. It's fine.
I knew it. I'm not. It's not my type of music though.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I don't yearn. Like I do yearn, but not for a car.
I yearn in the Strokes way, where it's like, I'm a disgusting little white boy in the city who doesn't want to work hard.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I was looking for a job, and then I found a job. Heaven knows I'm miserable now. What a bar! Oh my god. Yeah, that's kind of
never was on time. That's the Stroke.
I'm gonna put that's also the Strokes. The one I said. It's two Strokes songs, everybody. So
wait, what?
Yeah, that's do you know the strong? Heaven knows I'm miserable.
Oh, do I know the strong? Girls, get him. Do I know the strong? Comment down below, guys. Do I know the strong?
You look a little more familiar with the weak.
Oh, he pulled Uno reverse.
Yep, rug pull, baby. All right, fuck the Spurs. Fuck Wemby.
Screw up. Wait, do I have anything else?
I don't care.
No. They're the only NBA team to have multiple games where 8+ players have scored double figures. Spurs staffer said Victor's knee bruise is deep and was the kind of injury that felt worse the next day than the night it happened. He's doing fine, but they're not going to push it.
Damn.
And then Wemby and CP3 are the 7th best pick setting combo.
Cool. What about the Blazers? 3-1 this week. They beat the Wolves twice, and they beat the Hawks. They lost to the Thunder. I have a list of things that have combined to have the Blazers playing frisky basketball right now. You could tell. I wonder how many of these things you talked about. The first thing, Shaden Sharp returned to form. Literally fucking go. He glides through the air and he's shooting threes at a ridiculous clip.
Oh, now this is a guy who could be the face of the NBA. Too bad he's Canadian.
Tumani Kamara. I mean, it's impossible to score on him. Lockdown.
Leads the league in charges drawn.
Those are Podziemski numbers. I mean, geez Louise.
Snatching it up. And he's 7th in steals.
He's sick. And then, so Tumani Kamara, they, as a team, are shooting 42% from 3 in the last 4 games.
Oh.
So, I don't know how sustainable that one is. But then also, no DeAndre Ayton means a center rotation of Robert Williams and Donovan Clingan. So you always have a sick-ass rim protector out there. So all of these things combined they're playing frisky hoops, man. They had the Thunder on the ropes, but Isaiah Hartenstein was just too much for him.
Something in the orange tells me we're not done. Is that Zach Bryan?
I have no idea. I don't listen to country music. I've never heard Fast Car.
I don't really either, but I like Pink Skies by Zach Bryan, and I think about Gojo when it plays.
I like
Um,
Knee Deep in the water somewhere, but I haven't heard it in a long time. I just had it on a CD back when I had a car.
Oh, you had a CD player?
Yeah. I had a CD player before, like back when I had like an iPod Touch and a cell phone, like separately, two separate devices. In my car, I didn't have like a Bluetooth transmitter or like a. My car didn't have a Bluetooth transmitter, and it didn't have one of those, like it didn't have a cassette deck where you could like stick in a cassette tape with the wire that attaches and plug in your phone to that, you know?
Not really. I don't know, because I don't know how old things work.
Okay, so if your car had a cassette player in it, right?
Okay.
There's these things you could buy at the store. It literally was just a cassette, but you would insert it into the player, and there was a wire that stuck out of it that you could plug your phone into. It was literally just like an aux cable, and you could play music on your car through that cassette thing.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, I'm caught up now. I'm caught up.
Yeah. The fuck were we talking about? Oh,
The Blazers.
yeah, the Blazers. So I did. Oh, yeah. I was gonna watch every Tumani Kamara, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander shot attempt, but I didn't. But
God, that would be sick.
testament to how good Tumani is. I posted a video of Jalen Williams scoring on Tumani, and so he faces up on Tumani Kamara. Tumani pokes the ball away. J-Dub gets it back, spins off of him, drives to the hoop, does like an insane hook over his head, bank shot, and one finish over Donovan Clingan. It was super impressive. Posted that. Someone responded to it. They said, "Damn, I thought this was about to be a Tumani Kamara clip because he's so good defensively."
Mm,
Jalen Williams responded to that, and he said he could guard for sure with 2 exclamation points. So
whoa,
Tumani's goated, everybody. Official.
that's crazy. Yeah, the Blazers have the 17th defense on the year. Just crazy for a bad team like that.
Yeah.
And Delano Batten, DB Hooper,
DB Hoop.
his steal and block rate are both 2.9. And his net rating is plus 18.9. Oh my God, he's killing it for these folks. So shout out Blazers. They got some cool stuff going. Anthony Simons was out with illness because he got shortness of breath, and now he's going to be out with a sprained right hand. There was some speculation that it was a trade injury, but I don't know. I don't know. It seems that Blazers fans are at the point where they want to trade him to like free him from their team. But I don't know if that's a widespread belief for them. But yeah, he's a very interesting player because he seems like he should be so much better than he is. Like it seems that kind of shooting ability, which I think he hasn't shot that well this year, but that kind of like nuclear pull-up shooting ability, and he's a crazy like dunker. So you would think that that combo should lead to like an all-star level player, but it just hasn't yet.
Oh man. Yeah. Other than that, the fuck did I write down? Clingan is pretty sick. And then I was thinking about I made a tweet, but I couldn't make it work where it was like, because all of the teams that want a center, a report came out today that they're like, Robert Williams is on the radar for everyone. And I wanted to call him like Schrodinger's Time Lord, where it's like right now he is playing well and he is super healthy and like it's all working. But similarly to how the Schrodinger's cat dies when you open the box, it becomes dead. The second you move for Robert Williams and put him into like a high leverage situation, the unknown becomes known and the health disappears.
Well, the best availability.
What? Oh my God. We have a
Let's move to the next
here.
segment. Let's move to the next segment.
Hey, girls, get him. Remember, he was making fun of me for saying I made a mistake.
No.
Yeah. Now the best of blibbadibbity is a wibbadibbity. Yeah. How's it
Well,
feel?
stutters are cool. I've been watching The Penguin. There's a cool guy with a stutter.
Hey, I love that guy. Shout out to Vic. All right. 225. Jesus Christ.
Who do we got left? Is it just Jazz?
Jazz and the Pelicans. Let's do them in one. The Pelicans went 1-3 this week. They lost to the Cavs, Mavs, and the Lakers. They beat the Nuggets. The Jazz went 0-4 this week. They lost to the Kings, Clippers, the Lakers, and the Spurs. The only thing I wrote down about the Pelicans was that Elfrid Payton started an NBA game in 2024, and then Filipowski has done some cool stuff offensively for Utah. I assume you want to talk about the master class that was Ice Bryce's season high.
I will, but first the Pelicans. So it is psychotic that they signed Elfrid Payton and he immediately started. But Antonio Reeves was a little bright spot. Antonio Reeves was on last year's Kentucky team. He was they had a three-headed monster. It was Reed Shepherd, it was him, or it was Reed Shepherd, it was Rob Dillingham, and it was him. When they had those three guys out, he's like a 6'5", similar type shooting guard like them. Pull-up shooting and like movement shooting. When those three were out there, they killed teams. But John Calipari just wouldn't play them enough, and so it was crazy. And so just potential. And he's 6'5". I was surprised he was 6'5". I always thought he was a little smaller. But yeah, he had a big game against the Cavaliers, so maybe silver lining. Maybe he becomes a real guy. I don't know. But did you know Daniel Tice got a DNP in their latest game?
Dude, he's bad.
They played Jamal Cain, Trey Jemison, Antonio Reeves, and Carlo Matkovic off the bench. They signed Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Eve Meesey, BJ Boston, Elfrid Payne, Javonte Green. He can't get played when this is the lineup?
Well, there's just no benefit to playing him. You might as well see what you can get out of these young guys, you know?
Elfrid Payton's not even young. They're
a point guard.
They're just cooked. So we'll see. Hopefully something good comes off these Matkovic minutes. I didn't even know who this guy was. I was looking into him last night. He shoots okay from three on low volume, on like one a game and overseas and in the G League. But there was a guy on their subreddit. His name is Infinite Response 113. He said, "Guys, I found a loophole to save our season. The NBA rules require postponing games if there's less than 8 players available for any given team." This happened a lot during COVID. For the game against the Lakers tonight, we had 10 active players. If we can get through a few more injuries, they'll be forced to reschedule and likely to a much later date where we'll get all our players healthy again. So Brandon Ingram has a bad ankle. We should and so they should sit him. We should temporarily cut Jalen Noel and come up with one more excuse of load management for literally anyone else on the roster. Surely someone's banged up a bit. If we do this, we can postpone these games to January or something where everyone can play healthy. Season saved?
I'd be pissed if I was the other team. In January, I'm playing fucking Zion. I mean, Zion was playing games, but whatever. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's smart.
Zion got a new back tattoo.
I saw that. He was not. Hey, he was looking like me with his shirt off. I'll say that much.
How are you looking these days?
Thick.
In a powerful, good way?
I mean, I guess. I'm looking like I sat around recovering from a surgery all summer, you know?
Well, you were doing a lot of cerebral working out during that time, right?
Yeah, but it didn't burn that many calories.
Well, the brain is actually a muscle.
Oh, okay. So maybe...
And you do know chess players lose weight when they play.
I didn't know that. Is Zion play chess?
He might.
Okay. Do you want to? Let's get to Ice Bryce. Let's wrap.
Oh, what a guy! I made 10 edits in one day. I recorded those all the night before. I was like, this is gonna be so funny when I'm posting these all day long. And by the fourth one, I was like, oh my god, this is a bad idea. But and I still need to make the follow up video. I'm gonna tell everyone it was a social experiment
Okay.
because you know what? How come those videos are getting suppressed, but a LeBron edit gets 1 million views?
That says a
Huh.
lot.
Tells you a lot about what TikTok's trying to accomplish. So, but yeah, we got the Ice Bryce explosion. 18 points on 13 shots, 4 of 7 from 3. What a shocker! Playing your good players is a good thing. Who could have seen that coming? But guess the order of field goal leaders on the Utah Jazz this season. Who do you think's taking the most shots per game?
Jordan Clarkson.
No.
Lowry?
Nope.
Keontae George.
Keontae George is taking the most shots on this team at 13.8. He's actually tied with one other guy. Who do you think he's tied with?
Oh, fuck. Who's just spamming? Sexton.
Nope.
Shit. I don't know then.
Clarkson.
Oh, okay. Well, I said, okay. Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Who do you think's third?
Sexton?
Nope.
What position do they play?
Big.
Walker Kessler. Lowry
No.
Markkanen.
No.
I don't know.
John Collins.
Oh, I forgot. John Collins is like 18 points per game this year, right?
He might be, or it might be like 15 or 16, but he's efficient.
Okay.
And then it's Laurie at 4. Why? Why are we? Will Hardy is a terrorist. I don't care. He listen. He might be a legitimate coach schematically in play design. He is a psychotic person. Why is Markkanen not taking the most shots? Why are you playing? Like the one guy he plays is Keontae George, who is playing horrific.
He's one of the worst players in the league. He had
straight up. It's not going to work. The on ball is the rim penetration element is just not there. But I'm fine with. It's one thing for him to get 13.8 shots a game. For Jordan Clarkson in the year of 2024, it's about to be 2025.
Year Jordan Clarkson.
Post Filipino World Cup, we're not even building hype for it. What are we doing, Will Hardy? And he is letting Filipowski play because he's golden Mormon white boy. But
maybe Bryce should convert. You ever think about that?
Maybe he did say like he prayed to God before the game, so he just gotta.
I prayed to Joseph Smith before the game.
Yeah, different. He's gotta just change like instead of one heaven, you get your own planet. But yeah, if you're a bad team, if you're a bad tanking team, he must be that afraid of Bryce that they're going to win games. How about you play the young people? How about you play Isaiah Collier more? I think Cody Williams is getting like decent-ish minutes right now, but still like these veterans. I guess the idea is like you got to try and trade them. That no one wants Jordan Clarkson when this isn't selling him to anybody. I don't. It's insane. It's truly psychotic. Oh, did we forget the Najee Marshall for the Pelicans? We did. We actually have a spot. Oh no, that's the Maverick segment.
Damn. All right. Fuck. Here, we're about to play the Najee Marshall clip right now. That was.
Wait, should we? How should we do it?
I guess I'll cut this and I'll move it up to the Mavs episode.
Okay, all right.
All
right. I'll do it.
Okay.
So now we have the Mavericks, and we actually have a sponsorship for the Mavericks segment. So here's a word from our sponsor.
Ding! It just went in. All right. And then I'll just cut to the beginning of the fucking Mavs episode, baby, or the Mavs. All right, we're done with all the teams. Do you even have awards? Do you have awards?
No. I forgot. And I saw someone comment. They were like, "Oh, and also Rodney Hood retired officially."
Oh, I saw that. Maybe we should bring back standardized awards. Maybe it'd be better.
Yeah, maybe. It's just I get to the end and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with my hour-long odyssey and my notes. But yeah, I just need to start doing things earlier.
Yep. So, well, this is the free episode. For the Patreon episode, we start stuff hours ahead of time. I mean, it's.
I'm starting now.
Yeah, the production value is insane.
See that wrist cone? That's not my genitals down there. That's a piece of paper. I'm writing ideas down.
Lay down a list of what's wrong. Things you told them all along. Pray to God he hears you.
All right, hey, it's your implication. You know, I didn't
Grow up a little.
I didn't go there. It was good. You know, tried to cut it off. Whatever. It's none of my business. Whatever you're doing off screen, it's not for the audience to know. Do you have any final thoughts?
A lot of great dream fan fiction out there. Pau Gasol?
Save our lives. We're dying. Please, please.